Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Casual Report with another special, another top 10 in as many weeks today. Joining us for the top 10, Jam's there, Dr. D is there, and presenting his top 10 today, Mr. Bainbridge. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're all well.
We are good.
Buzzing, mate. Jam.
Yes.
What you got there in your hand? You still got it in your hand?
Well, no, I'll put it down now.
Oh, pick it back up. What you got there in your hand, mate?
Our PlayStation Portal.
Oh, is that any good?
It is. I love it.
Wonderful, mate. Dr. D.
Hey up.
You can't see it.
Working on it.
Working on it. Are you joking or are you genuinely working on it?
I do have a cancer project going on, yes.
This is incredible, mate. Is that going to get published as well?
It's very early stages, but yeah, probably. We've got superior data that we just don't. It's so exciting. Like it's something we've never really considered beforehand. Kind of set up, do like, and just trying to get where do we go from here, because it's quite fascinating, and it actually also follows on from the last paper. So yeah, we're working on some stuff.
I'm riveted by it, mate. And I usually say that when I'm taking the piss, but I genuinely am really interested. It's really cool.
No, I know
I can't wait to be baffled by it, mate. You can explain it to me like I'm 5.
well, means it'll be 5 soon, so I'll be well prepared for it.
There you go, mate. Which leads us to Mr. Bainbridge. Hooray!
I feel this anymore.
You notice in widescreen as well, 1080p. Not that it matters, because I'm pretty sure Discord reverts to 720.
Doesn't matter.
And you're about 2 pixels on the screen anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But the 1080p camera, nice widescreen, figures on display.
Figures are on display.
How are you today, sir?
I'm not bad, mate.
I've not sat next to you for 6 hours already, but you know, it is what it is, mate. Now, you know the drill by now. I'm going to hand over the ignition in about 2 minutes to Mr. Bainbridge. He's going to take us through his top 10, which includes it doesn't have a franchise you'd expect to be on here, and there's a niche game which I've never heard of apparently, which I'm going to outsmart him and say I have, but it is what it is. I'm very intrigued. There are definitely 2 franchises I can think of. I'll let you know when they come up. I'm not sure if Jam and Scotty have any idea of what.
I'd imagine there is one that I will know.
Yeah, okay, cool. But Mr.
Franchise,
Bainbridge,
not game.
Yeah. Franchise, I'm like, yeah, definitely. But which game is like, you know what I'm saying? But Mr. Bainbridge,
mate.
Enough of the pleasantries, mate. Whenever you're ready, here's the ignition. There you go, sir.
You mean the keys?
I do mean that. I've watched too much American programs. I'm sorry.
I'll take any keys from you, Jam. I'll take any keys from you. Right.
Number 10, please. Oh, you've got the target is a microscopic 3. Oh God, what's happened? There you go. A microscopic 3 hours and whatever it was.
Bainbridge already says this is going to take 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to take 10 minutes, everyone, so don't worry about it. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Bainbridge, number 10, please.
Number 10, right. Dr. D touched up on this last week.
Did he know?
He did. He claimed, if I'm remembering correctly, he did say that he used to host a lot of TCG tournaments. Am I correct in believing so? Yes, thought so. So,
I know where this is going.
Purely for nostalgic reasons, my number 10 is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3. It was a game where basically...
3 is in the number 3, or 3 is in... Oh, okay.
The number 3.
Right,
So...
I have no recollection of this one, Bainbridge.
Nope.
You should have said this one. Go on, why this one?
Because
why not Tag Force 2, whatever it was?
Tag Force 3, mate. Tag Force 3, honestly. Get it right.
I'm asking you, why not the second one or the first one? Why Tag Force 3?
The third one, simply because if you know the tragedy behind the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX anime...
Do I look like I know the tragedy behind it?
Oh, you
Explain
know.
it to me.
tragedy. I know the tragedy.
Oh,
Season-
Scotty knows. I'm glad you're here, mate.
Season 4 never got dubbed in English.
Nope.
And the only way to watch it was in sub, which I didn't mind, don't get me wrong. But
Dub's
the reason
fine.
why I didn't get dubbed was because it was so much darker than
So much dark.
the original dub
Because
was.
isn't Yu-Gi-Oh's very la-di-da, right? Even though
It
it is
is.
about what it's about. It's very...
Yeah, it's
It got-
most of the time.
It got
Yeah.
a lot more serious, actually. I don't know. I mean, GX. I mean, 5Ds came after GX, but there was a far more censorship which came when it came to 5Ds. Actually, I mean, a lot of things that because I mean, especially the second series in 5Ds, there was a whole sort of arc called the Dark Signers,
Yeah,
and they're basically these corrupted people. But I mean. But a lot of it, like, was actually obviously made a lot more sort of like kid friendly because realistically in the sub, these characters like with these sort of big bad guys actually had to have died to become these characters, and that was never made apparent in the thing. And GX got very sort of similar because even though it's all set in like the school time, it got far more serious. It was a lot more sort of scary, didn't it? Really, Bainbridge.
it did. So, yeah, Tag Force 3 is on there. I'll give you a basic rundown of what the game was like. So, you were just a brand new characters in the series. You were the character, so you weren't playing as a character that already
You
exists.
create one then, I take it, yeah.
Well, you got to come up with a name for the
Scotty's
character.
nodding, so I'm going to say Scotty's answer for it.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. But yeah, so as the name implies, Tag Force, the duels were tag duels all the time. If you wanted to duel solo, you could do, but you could team up with any character from the anime, and you'd follow
When you
their
say
story.
the anime, do you mean GX, yeah?
Yeah, GX.
So you can't have Joey or whatever.
No. Just
Okay,
purely the GX
right.
anime. But you basically followed their story
Yeah.
throughout season 4 and like significant events that happened during it. So that was a way that players could really understand the story, what happened to the season that never got dubbed if they never watched it. But like it was so immersive, like you could literally make any deck that you wanted to. You had to buy your cards, had to hope that you pulled them out of the packs as well.
Was there certain cards you couldn't buy and certain cards you couldn't pull from packs?
Yeah, there were forbidden cards which pretty much broke the game. But yeah,
That's what you did.
I didn't actually. No,
Don't
I didn't.
lie. Don't lie to me, mate. Don't.
I didn't. But basically, yeah. So you could just make any deck that you wanted to, and just play through the entire game with that deck. And obviously, it wasn't limited to one deck. You could make. I think you had. You
can make whatever you fucking wanted, mate, I imagine. Is that right?
I think there was 64 deck slots, something like that. So.
When you say deck slot, do you mean the actual decks or with the cards within the deck? How many was that? Is that unlimited-ish?
The minimum cards that you had to have in the
40,
deck.
right?
Yeah, 40. And the maximum. I think the maximum for them games was 60, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, generally in Yu-Gi-Oh, you don't really want to have, but you want to have less cards is best because obviously.
Sorry, mate. I found that out the hard way. Don't you worry. I was like, oh, this, love this, love this, and when I came to play, I never got the card I needed because there was too much shit in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my favourite Yu-Gi-Oh game was this one. I don't think I made that out. I'll read it out to you. I can't read it. Hang on.
I think I know which one that is. Is that the one you can have?
Stairway to the Destination Duel.
Oh, okay.
I don't fucking know. It's really good, that one.
Was that the one which came with the Magnet Warrior cards? I think I had that. I think I had that.
I might have done. Now you're asking me, mate. Now you're asking me, Matt.
I was going to say, pretty sure I had that one. Wait, David, was Tag Force? Was that because there's quite a big range of that was on the DS, wasn't it?
That one was Game Boy, but the one you're on about might be. I'm not sure.
Tag Force games are PSP. Actually, no.
The
first Tag Force game, that was PS2. But that was Tag Force Evolution. But then they remade it for PSP.
Bainbridge, it says here it's on PSP. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. I literally said that about 5 times already.
No, you didn't.
Well, I did.
I've not heard you say that.
Jam, you've been a bit quiet, mate. Do you have any affiliation with Yu-Gi-Oh? Or...
No.
You ever watched it?
No.
Do you know the song?
Nope.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Everyone knows the song.
No.
It's not Pokemon themed good, but it's pretty good, mate.
It's up there. It's up there.
Just-
Yeah.
Oh,
You can get Tag Force 5.
I miss Ranger games.
Mate, Tag
It was
Force
20
3 is £100
Game
on
station,
Amazon.
isn't it?
Are you mad?
Wow.
Sorry, everyone. Bainbridge, sorry. This game sounds wonderful.
It is pretty good, and
it is the 10th greatest game ever made, obviously.
with every mission that you did on that character story, so each character had their own story, and we're talking about like over 100 characters you could team up with on this game. So it was a lengthy game. I've never fully completed it because hell, I probably got bored after doing it with like
You've only got bored after 10 minutes and turned it off, mate. To be honest,
I would have to take significantly long breaks from doing it, but
I imagine it would have got a bit
it gets a bit repetitive every now and then. But
yeah, but it's the 10th greatest game of all time, so deal with it, mate.
purely for nostalgic reasons.
Yeah.
But
Awesome stuff.
that is my number 10.
Jam, have you got your document?
Already on it.
You're already on it, mate. Anyone else want to add anything to Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force? Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3.
Oh my god, I spotted a wild Winston in the background.
There's
Yeah,
a wild
mate.
Winston.
Is he?
I'll say
that's
that
his
was a no.
it's his toy box. He's now going to take all his toys out one by one.
Bainbridge,
Yes, mate.
put me out of my misery. What is this niche game that no one's ever heard of?
I will give you the genre of the
Give me the
game.
genre.
Now listen
It's a-
carefully. It's not an RPG.
It is.
It's a
A JRPG.
Car PG.
Car PG.
RPG.
Are you a car in a role playing game?
Yes.
You might have me here, Bainbridge, actually.
There's a game coming out very soon that's like that.
What's that called?
You're something about the end of the world,
Oh,
apocalyptic. You're a car, but you have to repair your engine and stuff as you go through the world. I can't remember, but it's obviously not that because that's not out yet.
Was there a Knight Rider themed game that I'm not, I'm not aware of?
No, nothing
is
like
it turn-based combat, or is it?
No, there's no combat involved. It is actually a racing game, but it has RPG elements in it.
Oh,
This is
fucking
not
hell.
ring a bell.
Rings the slightest bell, but go on.
Can
what
we
is
have a
it?
can we have a console?
It's on the
PS2.
PS2.
You're going to say PS2?
I can give you the year it came out. 2002.
That doesn't help.
What if I told you the developer,
1
Takara?
doesn't help at all.
That was never not slightest.
Is it Brum, the video game?
No. I wish
Yeah,
it was.
it's
That would be sick.
Well, yeah. Is it Crazy Taxi? The Revenge.
Ha! Imagine.
Don't know. Winston just come in here and made a mess and left.
What? Oh, you have to fucking tell us. Well, what is it?
Go on.
The name of the game is Road Trip Adventure.
Road Trip Adventure. Yep.
I need it. Oh, I reckon. Oh, I recognise the fucking cover, but I never
Is
played
everybody
this.
Googling it now.
Yes.
Bainbridge.
Yes, mate.
Why is Road Trip Adventure the 9th greatest game of all time?
Oh, yeah, I know that artwork.
Because, again, this is nostalgic for me. I was off sick
Rush
on
off.
school one day,
Yeah,
and I had nothing better to do. Like, I was dying
play
in
this
bed.
game.
I was dying in bed. I'm just like, bless you.
Thank you, mate.
I'm just like, I'm bored out of my head here.
Mm-hmm.
What games does my brother have that I can nick?
And you landed on this one.
I landed on this one, and just like, it looks easy going. I'm just like, cool, okay, we'll go for this, see what it's all about. So it was actually my brother's game, but he never completed it. I completed it before he did, and he always gets pissed off about this, knowing that I completed
Always, to this day.
it. To this day, he still gets pissed off about it.
Why?
Because just the fact that it was his game, and he never completed it, but I did.
I'd be annoyed by that, to be fair.
So, for a PS2 game, granted, the graphics are not the greatest in the
It looks
world.
a bit rough, mate. I'll be honest with you.
It is a bit rough, but it's all open world. and in the world, I believe there are 12 different locations. 12 different locations. And keep in mind, it was a PS2 game at the time, mate. You started out in a town called Peach Town.
Right.
It is peach themed, believe it or not.
Yeah, I got that. Don't worry.
And when you first start the game, you get to name your car, and depending on what your car is named, determines what starting body you have for the car.
Can you pick the name, or do you have to pick it from a list?
No, you could come up with a name.
I'll just write it in. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on the characters that you enter.
Fun fact.
That's impressive.
Go on.
I'm going to suggest Brum, the car, is not called Brum, not because it's a car, but because it's from Birmingham. Carry on.
I mean, everybody knows that.
No, some people don't, mate. You'd be surprised.
You didn't know it. You probably Googled it. But
No, I don't need to Google it, mate.
Bainbridge, I'm looking at the back cover of the game here.
Yes.
There's a car on a football pitch with a football.
Yes. This was the original Rocket League.
Was the
Wow.
There was golf.
To be fair, I've just skipped it to the racing bit. The racing bit looks more polished than the open world bit. I'll give you that.
And the racing bit is a lot better. But yeah, so like the aspects of the RPG come into like where you go to part shops in all these cities. The further you progress through the game, the better parts start.
Yeah, so take it. They affect top speed, acceleration, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Was there a duck-shaped one?
There was a duck-shaped one, mate.
There's literally one with a duck.
Scotty knows. Of course, Scotty knows. Of course, Scotty knows.
But yeah, like the game just gets it starts off. I mean, it starts off ridiculously. The entire concept behind it. You win this world championship, you become president of the world.
President of the world.
You're not a politician.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. You pretty much just become god of the world at this point.
You become Nixon's head.
Exactly.
I won the
President
race.
of the world.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just stupid, but at the same time, it's whimsical. Like, you go from one location to another, and along the way, you can actually recruit people to work in a city that you become a retail investor of. And yeah, it sounds bad.
What is this?
If you're good at racing cars, you can have any job you want.
Yeah.
Be careful, Scotty. A lot of people could drive. They'll be coming for your job soon.
It will, mate.
But you can recruit up to 2 teammates to join your team, and depending on what positions they come, you also God, this sounds very dictatorship now. You take their prize money. It's
Well,
Jesus
do you know why it sounds dictatorship? Because it is, mate.
exactly.
So
It sounds like a very sort of like very linear version of like a Fast and Furious, like film. I was like, it's like Fast and Indifferent.
fast and chilling, mate.
Fast is fine.
So, question:
Go on, then. Go
is
on.
it multiplayer as well, or is it just this RPG nonsense?
You could play the mini games in multiplayer, but the
Right.
main story that was just
Yeah.
single.
Could we race in multiplayer, or mini games as in the football and the rest of it?
Just mini games like football. And I think there was golf on it. There's an obstacle course as well. I know that.
There's probably golf on it, to be honest.
Probably. Like I said, it's the first Rocket League, mate. I mean, they were above their time, before their time. Yeah.
What are you the car or are
You are the car. No, you are the car.
You're the car, right? Okay.
You are the car. There's no people in the world. You are the car.
So it's like it's not only the first Rocket League, it's the first Cars as well.
It's a Pixar film, exactly.
The first ever video game.
It's the
It
first.
was
It probably is,
evolution.
to be honest.
Yeah,
Inspired the world.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, my favourite part of it was just going from town to town. Like, all the locations in the world vary so much. Like, there's a town based off of Vegas. I think it's called Sandopolis, if I'm not mistaken. And
Of course
then
it is.
there's
Of course it is.
Yeah.
There's another place called Chestnut Canyon. You'll never guess what that's based off of.
Never,
Grand Canyon,
never in a
by any chance.
million years guess that, mate.
And then you go to this mushroom village where it becomes more fantasy kind of shit. So all the houses are mushrooms.
That's what inspired Mario.
This
Yeah.
is mental.
And then you go to, oh god, what are we called now? There was a snowy location as well, and there's literally an old woman truck that is on her back. Well, if cars have backs, they're on their top pretty much. Yeah, they're on the roof. They're on the roof.
What a noob.
It's just like I fell down the mountain and my steering broke, but the translations in the game were so poorly done that it just makes it laughable.
It is that era, to be honest. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the final place where you go to is called Cloud City. You're pretty much up in the sky. Do you know how you get there?
The Star Wars not
Can I
soon.
just
Go on.
sorry, I'm looking. I've got it. Just so I've got context. I'm sort of. That's why I'm looking over here. It's on over here, and I've noticed that the money is called NFT. I mean, that's funny.
That's another thing. You can call the currency whatever you want as
Oh,
well.
okay. So that makes more sense. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Carry on, Bainbridge.
So yeah, you'll never guess how you actually get to Cloud City. Does anyone
Well,
want to
you-
take a
I'm
gander?
sure
Do you
Tell us.
evolve into an aeroplane?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get onto that in a moment, Samantha.
Oh,
But-
fucking hell.
And anybody want to take a guess?
Yeah.
Why there? I don't know.
Stairway to heaven. I don't know. The highway to heaven.
How is the hell? But up
No.
there.
Yeah. Staircase to heaven.
You ride a rainbow.
Of course you do.
Just a
Okay,
rainbow. It's
rainbow
Japanese. Everything's rainbows and sunshine.
Of course they are.
Lollipops.
Exactly. But yeah, getting on to Jam's comment about riding an aeroplane or becoming an aeroplane, you actually can buy parts that give you like a wing set on top of your car so you can fly. Like you can get turbo boosters.
No, it wasn't far off.
I've just seen the turbo booster
boost
thing on a YouTube video.
There's a ski set as well, so you can do better like underwater and on ice and shit like
Dude's
that.
got rockets on its sides, and he's just going flying.
I know. And
This is probably the greatest game ever made. Never mind number 9. Get us number 1, Bainbridge.
I was going to
It's
say
number 1.
I'm sold on this.
And there are collectibles as well called Churro Q coins, and
Course
there's
there are.
someone in every single town that gives you a rough estimation of where these coins can be found. And I believe it's every 10 coins that you find, the person that you can recruit a person that eventually lives in the city that you are a resale agent for. Believe it or not, it's called My City. It is very basic, but every 10 coins that you give them, they will give you a unique part that can't be bought in any shops. So that's pretty overpowering in the early game. But you don't find him until, I think, the second to last location anyway. But you can skip all the races if you want to and just go there and recruit him. It's very open world. Like you can literally do it in any order.
Oh,
But-
alright, you are, mate.
You work off of licenses, so you start off doing C tier license races, and then B, then A, then S, and then when you've done all that, that's when you get to race for president, and then if you beat him, you become the president. So, yeah,
This is the greatest story ever
This
made.
is fucking Shakespeare, mate. What the fuck?
but yeah, I
Why?
mean, it's just
Damn.
it's bonkers. It's
Bonkers is probably the right word for it, mate.
but yeah, it's great. And then you know what? I'm gonna drag this out far too long. Let's just skip to the next one because
No, keep going.
You have a lot of passion for this game,
yeah,
Bainbridge.
keep going.
I know. The second location where you go to is called Fuji City. Believe it or not, it's inspired on Japan.
By Japan.
Oh, give over.
Shocker.
I don't know what the God, I don't know if they have a name, but do you know like those Japanese palaces and whatever? I don't know if they have a proper technical name.
Probably.
Temples or palaces?
Palace,
Okay.
Probably.
probably. Anyway, I can't think of it. But like one of the races is inside of that palace.
Also,
So-
is.
Yeah, I mean the races just vary as well. But yeah, I've said
It's common in Japan to walk into a palace and have a racetrack.
Yeah, probably.
I
I'm
wouldn't be that surprised, I must admit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
yeah,
you might have a little
it's
chili.
right next to the kitchen.
definitely, mate.
But yeah, I feel like I've said a bit too much.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry. It was wonderful to hear somebody who loves something just talk about it. Jam,
Yeah.
are you the next time we're at Retro Game Fair? You looking out for this or what?
Do you know what? I might.
I might just
Because sometimes, even though I know I'll probably never play it, I do buy games sometimes that I like the artwork on.
yeah,
And the front cover of this is decent.
Yeah,
It's good.
I'm with you. I think I recognise when I googled it. I was like, I've seen that before.
We've probably seen it a million times,
Yeah.
just not
never
could
really
we-
clicked. Scotty,
no
mate,
relation with it.
Yes, sir.
you're. Hang on a minute. Hold the phone. No. Okay. Shut up, Scotty. There's a.
Quick.
Oh my lord. What is this?
What's
What
up
have
with
you
you
found,
now?
mate?
You know, it's part of a bigger series, Bainbridge. Did you know
It
that?
is, mate. It is.
Which is what it's called in Japan?
It's called like Churro Q, something like that. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's right. Yeah, well done. Let me just.
Is this real? There's a GameCube version as well.
There is a GameCube version.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we've
Gadget
seen. Then.
Racers. That is very expensive, Scotty.
Gadget. Is it part of Gadget Racers?
Gadget Racers. Yeah. I think that's why I've heard of it.
I've heard of Gadget Races. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the that's the one after a thing. Oh god.
The numbers are very confusing.
Yeah, I'm not sure whereabouts it is on the timeline for Churro Q, but it is what it is. But Bainbridge,
Yes.
thank you for that, mate. That was wonderful.
No worries.
Does anyone else have anything?
It's a decent thing, but you just cut him
Yeah.
off entirely.
Wait, beg your pardon, Scotty. What were you saying?
I wasn't saying anything. I was
Were you just gushing over Gadget Racers on the GameCube?
kind of. Yeah. I mean that was a cracking.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to put that on eBay for you now, and I'll tell you what it's going for. Spoiler, it's a lot. You ready?
150 quid.
Yeah, and the rest. Oh my god.
Wow.
Well, yeah, 650. What did you say, Jump? Is that what you said?
Bloody hell.
This is 150.
Yeah, fuck. This guy's off his rocker, mate.
Insane.
Bainbridge.
Trick.
You what?
Is that for Road Trip Adventure? That one. 150.
What one?
Gadget Racers.
How much is Road Trip?
Road Trip Adventure's like a tenner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
£8 to £10.
The first one wasn't an adventure. I feel like I've been on an adventure just talking about it. This is
Yeah.
brilliant. That's fantastic.
Definitely, mate. Bainbridge, that was beautiful, but you know what I need now from you?
You do. You do.
Number 8, please. Thank
Number
you.
8. Now, this is a game mode within a game. I'll just say the proper game
Are you
itself.
cheating?
I'm not cheating because it is part of the game and mechanics do play into it.
Blitzball.
But my next one is
Not Blitzball at all.
not Blitzball. Not at all.
Good.
It
Terrible.
is Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah.
So the majority of these games on this list is purely nostalgia rating for me, which, in all honesty, is the best rating. Let's be honest.
That I've noticed that because this is the episode 8 or 9 of top 10, and I've noticed most, if not a lot, of the games are like this game, regardless of its quality, reminds me of a time when I was playing it with this person or my family or whoever. Do you know what I mean? So I feel you, mate. But Black Ops Zombies, I know when you built your PC, this is one of the first games you bought and played, right? Is that right?
It was because back when I was a youth in the early 2010s.
Don't say that.
I know that you were about 80 back then, mate. But
John was
come on.
about 5 million.
I feel like Black Ops 3 is a recent one. Is it not?
It isn't that recent.
It's the other recent.
15, I think.
That's. I
I
have to forget. I have to remember that 2015 is nearly 10 years ago, which
That's a horrible.
Black Ops 3
it's
is
a horrible thought.
2015.
That's tragic.
It is. It is.
Next year we're celebrating the decade since Star Wars Episode 7's been out.
Don't.
Oh yeah, I saw that in front
Don't
of
say
me the other day. I'm like, nope, not having that.
But yeah, that's why I feel like Black Ops 3 is a recent one. I don't mean I never played it. I had to Google it to see the cover to relate to which one it is.
But yeah. So anyway, Zombies. I don't care much for normal multiplayer. I'm not competitive.
Is that because you get bodied?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm more of a casual sit back gamer, just go with the flow.
Mate, we play games with you, mate. We know exactly what you're like.
This is true. So yeah, Zombies, Black Ops 3. In my opinion, it's the best iterations of zombies that Call of Duty have ever done.
Just be able to, how many iterations has it been in every Black Ops? Is that right, or am I
It's
making it
been in
up?
every Black Ops. It started in World at War,
Did it?
which was actually a
2000
secret. You had to complete the campaign to unlock zombies mode in that game. So
Right, sounds about right. I know you were in that one, Jam. I remember.
I love that one.
I know you did, mate.
Yeah, my opinion, it is just the greatest iteration of zombies. I mean, the mechanics.
What makes it different from the others?
Yeah.
What makes it different?
This not like a please tell the audience. This is me because I haven't played a Black Ops zombie, or I haven't played a zombies game since
Ever.
I don't know. Actually, it could be World
Did
at
you
War.
ever?
I had to go with the one that's
Okay.
on the not the newest one. That's Black Ops Modern Warfare 3 in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think no. It was the PS5 launch Call of Duty. Was it not Civil War? Cold War. I had to go at that one. That was the last one.
But
And I probably played it like for 5 minutes.
Did you win?
I don't know.
But yeah, so just in terms of gameplay, I feel like it is the best that Treyarch have ever done when it came to a zombies game. It wasn't overly complicated like Cold War was to get your head around. Like you could easily just grab the controllers, sit back, and it's like you're playing World of War pretty much. The gameplay is just a lot smoother. Like whenever you go knife a zombie, you're not lunging towards it and getting slapped about a million times.
A million times.
A million times, mate.
A
That
million.
is correct math that you are hearing from me.
All about correct math, mate.
So, yeah, and then the DLC that they kept pumping out for the game, every DLC you got 4 normal multiplayer maps, and then you got a zombies map that continued on the story. But as a nice little surprise.
Stop.
Yes.
Is zombies like an extra story or what?
Zombies is an extra story. It is
okay.
in its own contained universe.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Beg your pardon. Carry on.
If I remember correctly, the whole aspect kind of started with like Nazi zombies, with because like you said, it was also in the
That sounds right. That does sound right.
Then,
yeah.
Yeah, because that was then when it was set, and then they sort of carried it on all the Black Ops ones. Because I think was Black Ops 2 on 360 still. Because I think that's when I played the zombies the most.
That also sounds right, but I'd have to Google it, mate.
Jack's got it on the Wii U.
I actually have. That's right.
I think that's where I played Modern War. That's where I played Black Ops 2 because I never bought it. It was on Wii U, Jack's.
I don't have it anymore.
The last Call of Duty, the only Black Ops I played was the first one.
I don't have it anymore, but yeah.
I think I played. Yeah, I played one a bit, and then but I played 2 a lot more because I think that one I played with my housemates quite a lot, and I think because we also got into zombies quite a lot when we were doing that. Actually, I must admit I really did enjoy playing the zombies on because it was quite nice because you kind of had the sort of the shelter building aspect of it, and also you just got used to kind of like playing with that, and then that sort of did lend itself to the multiplayer quite a lot. But I mean, I don't think the multiplayer in all the Black Ops ones felt quite as good as Modern Warfare at the time as well. So I think that sort of shift between the developers as they were coming out, I don't think that really lent itself to it. But I think the zombies definitely saved it. It was definitely the best thing about games, that aspect of the Call of Duty franchise.
Scotty,
a lot of people do buy the games just for zombies, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
How does that?
Scotty, mate. Let me just. Black Ops 2 was on 360.
That was definitely one I played.
Confirmed, mate.
Brilliant.
Bainbridge.
Yes, mate.
What are you saying?
I'm saying, well, we're doing get off to DLC.
Oh.
Yeah, so
DLC.
every 4 multiplayer maps that you got in a DLC, you got a zombies map, and that continued the story. And if you were, well, even if you weren't a zombies veteran, but Treyarch very kindly, after I think it was after the DLC finished, like 8 months after that period, they were just like, fuck it, let's give the fans access to the old maps that they used to play on Black Ops 1 World at War, and they won off of Black Ops 2, which was quite surprising, but kind of made sense story-wise. But they're just like, yeah, give them all of that on Black Ops 3 so they can play pretty much all the maps together if they wanted to, which was very generous of them. And I love them maps. Like, the World at War maps, you could just sit back, grab a controller, and you could just bash it out with your mates. Like, I remember on the map called The Reeds, you would camp on a balcony with your teammates, and you just let the zombies come at you and see how long you could survive. Don't know if you remember that one, Dr. D.
I don't think I do actually. I'm not sure that.
There's not time for that, mate.
No, too busy like curing diabetes or something like that back in the day.
World, mate. What are you doing? No time for this nonsense.
But yeah, so they had a new mechanic called Gobble Gums, which is Call of Duty, obviously. They wanted to make it nostalgic, because everyone loves bubblegum these days, apparently. Or back in 2015.
I do, mate.
Back in 2015, they did, apparently. But they made that game so broken. But you didn't have to use them. It was an optional mechanic that you could use. But yeah, there you go. That is Black Ops 3.
Anyone have anything else to input on Black Ops 3?
I just wanted to ask, was the remote control car still in Black Ops 3?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
The RCXD. That's
right.
The one.
Okay. In which
there
case,
you go, mate.
I accept it then. That's all right.
I believe it was.
Yeah. Best thing about Black Ops 2 was that remote control car. I absolutely adored getting the back.
Everyone loved it.
Nice. Well, Bainbridge, mate.
Yes.
That was beautiful. But you know what they say, the show must go on.
It must go on.
Can I trouble you for number 7, please, mate?
Continuing with the zombies theme, we have
zombies ate my neighbours.
We have Dying Light.
Oh,
Okay.
Didn't see that. Didn't see that coming on.
No, I didn't see this one.
No.
Dying Light. Did you? I must ask first, baby. Did you play the second one?
No, I didn't.
Okay, me neither. I know Troy Baker's in it, but that's all I know. Now this is the game for me where I always think, "Oh, that looks cool. I should play that one day," and I just never do. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but Bainbridge, why is it the 7th best game of all time?
Because it was. Well, there was an entire story dedicated to zombies. Like, zombies was its main priority. Like, there was nothing else to do in the game. It was just zombies. You're thrown into this world, pretty much, like, literally thrown into the world. You dive off a helicopter.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you're there to gather research on a cure that is being developed for some disease, I believe. The synopsis story.
Scotty's in a lab and you've got to go in.
Pretty much,
resources, yeah. I know how it is, mate.
I'm going to rob you and I'm going to steal your research and then I'm going to fuck off out of here, pretty much.
That sounds about right, mate.
Always got to be aware of those people.
When this happens, a zombie outbreak breaks out.
Of course it does, mate. There's been no game without it. You know what
I know. And it turns out that this research that you've been sent into this city to collect, it has the potential to cure the zombie outbreak. So convenient at its finest. But yeah, I mean, gameplay-wise, it's so immersive. Like, it isn't a game where you get given a gun from the get-go. You are pretty much given, like, a crowbar or a nail bat. And you have to whack zombies on the head until they fucking die.
How does one acquire new weaponry? I assume when you whack a zombie, a gun does just pop out the red. I imagine.
Takes a few hits.
Right, okay. But does, like, what if I wanted a fucking AK-47 or whatever? Where would I get one from? A box from where have I got a crafty like Jam says?
You wouldn't get it until probably midway through the game.
Okay. If I wanted a pistol
you can find relatively early, but not too early.
Where would you find a pistol?
I believe the earliest pistol you can get is in like a strong box in a cabin located on the outskirts.
Out and about, then, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
like,
cool.
You do find weapons eventually. Go on.
I will say, if I may, looking at the Steam page now, it's set at 295,000 reviews and it's overwhelmingly positive. So
it is enjoyable, very much so. It's a zombie survival game, but they implement parkour into it as well.
Parkour.
But
at first person as well, in it. So I imagine that adds to the immersion, like you say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm watching the fucking footage. Sorry, dude. So have you got an itch to play the second one, or are you like, oh fuck that, I'll just play the first one again?
From what I heard of it, it isn't as good. I mean, I like the story of the first one, but I don't know if the second one actually carries it on or if it's in like an entirely new story.
Did you finish it?
I did finish it, yeah. I also played the DLC. The DLC was massive as well, which I love. We like big things around here. That's why we don't like you, Jack.
No, mate. No. Jam.
Yes.
This is. Oh, are you interested in this or what?
It's like you. It's one of them I probably should play. I'll play when I get to it, but I just never get to it.
Yeah, there's always something else. You know what I mean?
It's never a game that I must get day one. Like when the second one came out, everyone was raving. Like,
yeah, I remember that. It was like, yes, this game's great. And then the next day it was like, gone. I was like, okay, that went. Dr. D.
Yes, sir.
Have you played this? Did you say?
No, I normally those zombie things just sort of pass me by, and if they're not the main franchises that you're used to, like Resident Evil,
the big ones, mate.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, they're the sort of people who kind of like cemented themselves in this whole sometimes the action horror, sometimes the survival horror genre. That was interesting though. Is this the one that's set in like Brazil, or it like looks like it's set?
Is it Brazil? I know it's made in Poland. That's all I know.
Yeah.
It's a fictional town called Haram.
Okay, well,
is that Brazilish or?
Well, it looks inspired by Brazil. I vaguely recall it looked like sort of.
It says here, Scotty, fictional Middle Eastern, so not really.
Okay, well, it looked like it when I saw.
I was going to say Haram means forbidden.
How do you know that?
Oh, there's the knowledge.
There's the word at work all the time. They not hear us.
It is, yeah. Like some foods for Muslims are haram. If I'm not mistaken, I don't want to presume anything, but that's what I think is right. It means it's forbidden. Yeah, correct.
See, yes, no sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and they have a day and night cycle as well. Like throughout the day,
Pokemon Gold and Silver had a day and night cycle. You got to do better than that, mate.
Did.
So throughout the day, I can say, well, you're not safe, but obviously there's still zombies out and about.
But you can see
you can see.
Yeah.
You can see.
I imagine the night's more dangerous, but is it more rewarding in its loot and that, or?
So not necessarily in loot, but you get more XP. I believe XP is tripled. So.
Oh, mate, go out at night then.
Exactly, but mate,
it's
fucking terrifying when you go out at night.
I bet it is, mate.
Yeah. It actually is, though. Like,
it was inspired by Rotina favela of Brazil.
There you go.
There you go. Shut up, Bainbridge.
Knowledge bomb.
There was definitely like I think going back to Call of Duty, I think it was in Modern Warfare 2. There was definitely like
there is a favela thing.
Yeah,
it's in the new one. Modern Warfare 3's got the same map.
Yeah. So they were definitely setting the favelas, and that's what Dying Light sort of looked like, but with zombies, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I got mixed up.
But yeah, so during the day, I mean, there are these zombies called volatiles, and I forgot that they're basically like massive gangled creatures, like Jack, pretty much. So I mean, if they find you, they see you, they're going to be sprinting after you at like full speed, and you only have so much stamina, so you can't outrun them that long. So you have to like go hide in buildings and shit and hope that they don't find you and barricade yourself in. So I mean, the third-person mechanic where you can just where you're running, you can actually look behind you. And if you look behind you, you can flash like a UV light on them, which somehow damages them. Don't know how. I'm not a zombie expert. George A. Romero, whatever his name is, rest in peace. Absolute legend. Absolute legend. He might know, but he's dead, so we'll never know for real.
Well, I mean, it seems counterintuitive to me because UV comes from the sun. So if I'm getting this correctly, I mean, the zombies they're there, but they're not particularly dangerous during the day. But they are dangerous during the night time.
Maybe they just charge up in the day, Scotty, and use the energy at night.
Maybe they're plants. Maybe they're actually plants.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
But it seems a bit. I mean, I'm surprised that that's the mechanic because I mean, you'd think it'd be a lot more like sort of the I Am Legend rules. In the sense that if they kind of work better in the darkness, then
or kind of like a vampire kind of thing.
Yeah, they want to avoid it. I mean, that's why in that that's why in I Am Legend they're all sort of like huddled together, not really doing anything, because obviously they can't do it. Like so, I'm surprised that they just kind of slow down when there's loads of UV. Like, I mean, if it hurts them, why be exposed to it? I mean, it's a bit confusing, but they don't need logic. These things.
No, it's a video game.
Exactly.
This is the dangerous thing with the zombie trope. I mean, it started off with, going back to George Romero sort of stuff, where it's just basically just like these slow walking things that kind of happen to be the supernatural undead. Rationalizing things over to the fact that it's based on an infection, it kind of forces you to kind of embrace some sort of rules of infection. So it's a bit. So trying to actually balance that whole thing is quite difficult. But then again, sometimes in the game,
I suppose what I'm trying to say is like infection doesn't give you superpowers.
No.
It's not a good thing. It will slow you down, it'll fuck you up.
I mean, Dr. D would probably find a way to get superpowers from an infection because he's a fucking wizard. But going back to the game, I mean, gameplay mechanic wise, if you shoot a gun, zombies will hear you, so you're better off not using guns. Ideally, you can use bow and arrow. Bow and arrows are
quieter.
They are a lot quieter, yeah. So, and they are mad overpowered as well for some reason. Don't know why. They just are.
Shoot them in the head, mate. Then a bit.
Exactly. Obviously, headshots. What you want again. But yeah, like weapons. There's like spears. I mean, in the beginning game, I think you can use like shovels and shit like that. Basically, whatever you come across. A lead pipe as well. Who wants to use a lead pipe against a zombie? But hey, you got to work with what you're given with. But yeah, and there's tons of like different zombie varieties as well. Like I don't know what the name of them is, but there's basically one that spits acid at you or throws up acid on you. So yeah, that's nice. And then there's these fucking massive shits that come charging at you. They're like 3 times the size of you, and they're in like wide open areas. And then there's you lot have played the Batman games, the Arkham ones.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guys from Arkham City? Joker had one of them, and Penguin had the other, the twins that were missing an arm.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
They had the sledgehammers.
Mm-hmm. Vaguely.
Yeah. Basically, the zombies that look like them, but they're slightly bigger than you, and they can do a lot of damage to you as well. You actually face one of them. I think it's in the 3rd story mission, something like that, where you got to turn on the power for an area in the city where you are. That's enough. Then you got to power up areas in the city where you reside. So yeah, that's cool. And then just when you think that you've finished the game, it actually opens up a lot more. And
it's like that, is it?
You go to another part of the city which is far more developed. So you basically land in the poverty area, and then you go to a nice city area midway through. And I can't remember exactly when. It's a couple of missions when you get into that new area, but all the lights in certain buildings are out. You go into the buildings, you can hear kids crying.
Right.
You go into a room where these kids sound like where it's coming from. It's actually a zombie child. You got to go up to them and snap the necks. So,
that's not nice.
no, it's a bit
grim.
Yeah, it's a bit brutal like that. So yeah, that's fun. Kind of shut me up the first time I did it. I'm gonna lie. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
mad.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a pleasant person.
Oh, we've got that far, mate. Mate.
But yeah. What were we saying? What were we saying?
No, I was just going to say, mate. Carry on.
And we haven't even really got into the story of the game yet because, well, I haven't got into the story of the game yet. I've just been going over mechanics. But basically,
You love the mechanics, mate.
I do love mechanics, mate. What can I say? Basically, there's a guy that's residing in this massive tower, and he wants to become like an overlord of this world. Which is being ravaged by zombies. He wants to use them against. Well, he just wants to use them as pawns, pretty much. So you eventually kill him, knock him off of a skyscraper in the end. Spoilers. You have a cool showdown though. Helicopter comes, you fall off of the skyscraper, but luckily there's a crane nearby with scaffolding hanging onto it, so you just fight on there a little bit as well. So convenience at its finest.
That sounds like what's it? That sounds like, is it Dawn of the Dead?
It sounds like Dying Light, mate.
No, is it Dawn of the Dead? There's or is it they have a sequel? The modern ones, not the old ones.
I don't fucking know what they're called, mate.
They like have
Land
a
of the
city
Dead.
locked off,
Day of the
and there's a
Dead.
guy that lives in a skyscraper. Say again.
Day of the Dead.
It might be. I'll figure this out. I
Land of
remember.
the Dead.
Is it Land of the Dead?
I don't know. I'm asking you, mate.
Anyway, while you two Google that, I'll just continue. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
DLC comes out like a year afterwards, something like that. It's called Dying Light: The Following, which makes sense. It's the following of Dying Light, so name makes sense. But this time the world is really opened up for you. It's that big that they introduce a buggy mechanic. You get given a buggy, you have to like modify it and shit like that. And the world is that big that it can take you a good half an hour just to get to the other side of the map. But obviously it was a DLC, so they couldn't really give that much effort into it. But like you could run over zombies and shit like that. It was so much fun.
You're on it, you are. You love that shit.
I do love that game, to be honest. I probably should have put it higher, to be honest, but here we are. But
Here we are, mate. Number 7. Jam. Sorry, Bainbridge. Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead.
Is that the one with the teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Okay, the one before. Let's go.
It's not. There's the one that's in the shopping centre.
Oh, Dawn?
That's Dawn. That's the new Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Modern Dawn of the Dead.
Land of the Dead's the one in between.
I'm pretty sure it's a sequel for that, but it didn't do very well.
Land of the Dead.
It might be Land of the Dead, yeah. The Dawn of the Dead 2004.
Was there another one? Am I blanking? Jam. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But I'm pretty sure it is. I'm going to find it eventually because it's going to be one of the things that bother me.
Scotty, do you have any questions or anything you want to add to Dying Light for Bainbridge?
No, I think
you're good.
I think I'm in that same position that I do kind of want to try it, but I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to zombies.
No, you're not. The game's scared of you, mate. Bainbridge, anything to add to Dying Light?
No, I think that's it.
Can we shift over to number 6?
Of course we can.
Wonderful. What enlighten us, mate. What is the 6th greatest game of all time?
This one is probably one of the most recent games I've played, to be honest with you. Even though it came out, feels like years ago now. I'm trying to think when it did come out. Maybe 2018, maybe? I could be wrong about that year.
God, go on.
But Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Just to clarify,
not the original, the PS2.
The PS. Did I put PS4 one?
Yeah,
What I put? No, I've just pulled that.
I don't know what year it was. I think it was 2018.
Yeah. But I know the others, the PS2 ones or the Xbox ones are very popular, but these ones aren't so hot. Why did you rate this one so highly?
Because I love the gameplay mechanics of it.
You love mechanics, mate.
I just love mechanics.
Even car mechanics don't like mechanics as much as you, mate.
What can I say, mate? Oilier the better. I love them all.
What she said. What is it that so you can switch different characters, or is it certain characters that you like to play as, or what?
So the characters that you can play, like there's obviously there's a hero mode where you just get to play as the heroes. And most people on that mode, they like to do 1v1s because it's a test of skill, really. The lightsaber mechanics, especially, like when you're dueling, probably the best lightsaber mechanics I've ever encountered in games.
Ooh, stop.
You've obviously never played Jedi Power Battles, mate.
Stop. Jam, is he wrong?
I have a controversial opinion on this part.
I know, because you're going to say Jedi Power Battles, right?
Well, yeah, I love Jedi Power Battles.
Yeah, I also like Jedi Power Battles a lot.
I am not a massive fan of playing as the heroes with lightsabers in it because it's just it's not.
You're a villain, mate. That's why.
No, I'd rather have a hero with a gun. Like Han Solo is my favorite hero to play with.
He's got a gun
In it.
You
Not because he's got a gun. No, I might prefer a lightsaber in real life. But I don't. I'm not a massive. I'm not good with the lightsabery people. I just get absorbed. I absorb bullets and lasers and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Scotty, remind me. How's your Star Wars fandom? Is it all in, or you enjoy it, or?
So weirdly, my dad's a bigger Star Wars fan. I was raised with Star Wars, so my dad's a massive stuff.
Your dad sounds like a cool guy.
Oh, he's a great guy. I mean, so my friends when they would come over to my house used to because he has his own sort of room where he used to store his basically Star Wars things, and that was very nicknamed Nerdvana for quite some time because he used to collect the sort of the 6-inch figures, the sort of like the figures. Our trips to America when I was younger were basically just him going into various sorts of stores buying exclusive things. Like I mean, he's the only reason I know who Horace Ing is. If you guys know who that is, I'll be impressed.
Jam?
No.
Horace Ing.
So again, the owl person. No, I don't know.
No, she's a bounty hunter and appears in the Star Wars Episode 1 for about 5 seconds. But somehow,
bet she's got all these books and all this crap after as well.
All these 12-inch doll figures. Yeah, so yeah,
Star Wars is crazy.
Well, yeah, it is insane. Yeah, so I'm very knowledgeable. I mean, we had a lovely time going to see The Force Awakens at the IMAX in Birmingham. It was amazing. I really did love it. But
Bainbridge's favourite film. Yeah.
I love Force Awakens.
I know you do. I didn't say you because you like it, mate.
You know what? The debate on the sequels that could be its own casual report.
Well, one day maybe one day. But Scotty, to further ask, do you like this game? Have you played it?
So I've not played the full game, but I did have the pleasure of playing it as a preview at EGX when it was coming out. So
is it because you're so cool? They're like, yeah, you play this game because you like the best.
Yeah, but plus I also bought a ticket.
That as well, yeah, I imagine.
By the way, it was really cool because they had this massive AT-AT that was kind of like things. And they had A-wings that were on display as well. So yeah, I know Star Wars.
Of course you do, but I don't know why I doubted it.
I knew you were raised correctly.
Bainbridge, I beg your pardon, mate. Carry on.
It's all right. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Hero Showdown mode because it's a test.
Who's your main, if you will?
If I'm on the light side, I'm in Obi-Wan, and then dark side, I'm a Maul player.
Oh, what a sweat! Reeks in here, mate. Go on.
They both play very differently, which is kind of weird, really. Like you expect to play someone who plays similarly.
Yeah.
But
does Maul have? I imagine Maul has both his.
Yeah,
both ends of his saber. That's what she said. Cool. Do you play the campaign much? Is this the one with the campaign in it with
Iden Verso? She's the
Is that the one?
Protagonist?
Bainbridge, help me out.
Iden Verso, but
Iden Verso, yeah.
Did you ever play that all the way through?
I played the first mission, but in all honesty,
I played it for 10 minutes and got bored and went straight on multiplayer.
The campaign's good.
Bainbridge is saying it isn't, mate, and this is his favourite game of all time, so sure.
Yeah, I didn't play the campaign much, I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Because you're not a true fan, mate, that's why.
In the campaign, I believe he plays Iden Versio and also Luke Skywalker, so it gives you like a bit of flavour in each. So you get the gameplay mechanics of playing with a gun, but you also get the mechanics of playing with a lightsaber as well. So it does.
Fun fact, mate.
Balances it out. Which I'm just going to put out there. Iden Versio, mad overpowered in Hero Showdown.
You know why?
She is, yeah.
Because it's his campaign, so he's got to be the coolest. Oh, beg your pardon. I knew who it is as well. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know who it is. I follow him on Twitter. Jamal. I've forgotten the name.
No.
Fun fact: one of the writers on this game used to work for IGN. There you go.
Nice. That's fun fact.
Bainbridge.
Hero Showdown, big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of the Starship mode where you're playing as like TIE fighters and X.
Enlighten me. What's that?
It's literally.
You've just said. I'm so sorry. I asked the question as you were saying it. I'm so sorry. Carry on.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that game mode. Frankly, because I prefer my close combat, like fights and shit like that. But like, I know me and Jam had a brief period when we went on it a couple of times, and there was a supremacy mode as well. So like, catching a flag, shit like that. And once you got one checkpoint, you could just move up, and then you go on to the next part.
It's Battlefield's Rush mode.
Okay, cool.
It's the same developer, so they just call it something else for the different
like,
games.
This is Star Wars, but it's this mode in Battlefield. So
mode which I only played maybe 3 times in my time of owning it. Ewok Hunt. You are Ewoks and you are hunting stormtroopers.
Never played that mode.
Oh, of course.
Basically, you're just gathering all the food for the big feast on Endor when you blow up the Death Star in Return of the Jedi. That's all you're doing.
Very cool.
I like the Galactic Assault where you just everything goes. You're on the ground, but you can get in the ship as well. Yeah.
I have a question, Bainbridge. When this game first came out, it was met with, I'll say criticism, but I think I need a stronger word than that. You know, there's the Motus like comment on Reddit history and all that shit, and fans weren't happy with how the game was designed. Some people found it quite predatory and all that shit. Have you been there since the beginning, or did you adopt it as the developers stayed with it and fit to quote fix it?
As I mentioned in the beginning of this section, it's probably why you didn't listen to me. I only recently started playing it in the last 2 years, I'm going to say. So, yeah, I was there when the fan base was dying down quite a bit. I've still got to experience it, but I've had a good experience.
It's still populated, isn't it? You can still jump in and get a game, yeah.
And cool. I must say, they are some of the most. You either come across some of the most toxic people in the world, or some of the loveliest people in the world.
Yeah, it's 2 sides of the same coin. Because sometimes when you're at the arse end of a game, you're left with either the tryhards or people like yourself who just want to jump in and have a good time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure that if this game didn't release with like the bad intentions for their loot crates or whatever, that this would be one of like the holy grails of the video game world.
Reckon?
I reckon so.
Ooh.
Because it is a great game. Like even from the day it launched, the gameplay, everything is amazing. But obviously, that's left bad taste in people's mouths. And even now, but people are still talking about how shit the launch was rather than how good the game is.
Yeah. Like I just asked the question.
Well,
I had to ask it. I'm sorry, everybody. Hi, Chloe. Okay, but hello, NS. Yeah, wonderful, mate. Anything to elaborate?
I don't think so, mate.
Jam, Scotty, anything you want to add? Sprinkle on top, mate.
I just think I'm decided I didn't put much more time into it. I must admit. I mean, it's one of those things. That was great. I'm now to move on to something completely different. You know, I didn't really entertain. I mean, it's not like I haven't enjoyed too many like Star Wars games. I mean, I actually really enjoyed Force Unleashed, and you know that great game, that great Star Wars game of Soul Calibur 4, great game.
Force Vader and Yoda.
We're gonna fall out. Why is Yoda?
Because he deserves to be in it.
No, it's cool he's in it, but I'm just like, why is this a thing? Like, I know why it's a thing.
It was bizarre, I must admit. And Yoda, Yoda
Good night, bot. Just deleted Chloe's comment.
Why has it done that? I'm sorry, Chloe, mate.
What? Right, I can override, I think.
Oh, you can. Right.
But yeah,
did I just do it?
I think I did it. Sorry, Scotty, mate. Beg your pardon. We've been very rude. Carry on.
No, I mean, no problem at all. I mean, I wish I just wanted to put more time into it. I mean, there was a lot of Star Wars games I played growing up. I mean, there was one game on the the N64, which I used to really enjoy. Actually, I think it's the one where you start off on the Battle of Hoth, and you are like, you'll have to fall the 88. You're basically playing through the game of like, is it Empire? I think that is
Yeah, it sounds like Empire.
Yeah, I think it's a game based on the film. And then on the GameCube, I mean, I love Star Wars Bounty Hunter. It was fantastic.
The greatest game of all time, obviously.
Brilliant game, absolutely fantastic game.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think I missed the train when it came to the first Battlefront. And I've seen people play it, and so how good it was.
I think I missed it as well, mate. Yeah, I played it a bit, but I didn't have it, so I sort of missed the boat.
Yeah, same. I think that's what sort of vaguely put me off, just like going back your balls into like playing Battlefront 2. But like I say, when I did play it, and I played some multiplayer because you the like two queues. You could queue up for the like playing the campaign sort of story where you were basically trying to hold off an attack, and then you had the multiplayer section. So we tried both of them, and I did really enjoy it. But yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, I see why it's here. I think it deserves a space.
Yeah. It does deserve some love because it is, as Jam says, a great game. But Bainbridge, mate, that leads us
Actually,
to the
I'm just going to say something. Going to Scotty's comment about Yoda, if you've ever played as Yoda on Battlefront 2, he's actually the shittest character to play as. Just putting it out there. He is atrocious.
Those that are wanting to get good at Battlefront 2, do not main Yoda.
He's a great master of the Jedi Order. Fucking shite in game. That's all I need to know. All you need to know.
All you need to know, right. Bainbridge, mate.
Soul Calibur, because Yoda was the best character in Soul Calibur.
Yeah, you just couldn't hit him, mate, because he was like 2 foot tall.
Exactly, he was ridiculous.
Taller than you, mate. What are you on about?
Mate, he actually is.
Is that Steph? Hi, Steph. Is
Huh?
she there? Who are you looking at?
I was looking up to see if I had Soul Calibur 4.
Oh,
You don't have Soul Calibur 4, mate. Do I have it? I might have it somewhere.
Do I have it? Oh, no, wait.
Bainbridge, while Jam's looking at his games, can we have number 5, please?
I have Soul Calibur 5.
Okay.
A game which
off me.
we are all familiar with.
Oh, God.
Maybe not Dr. D. I've
No.
asked him about it, but he never gave me a definitive answer.
Right.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
Specifically, the deluxe version.
specifically.
Mario Kart 8 was brilliant, I've got to say.
You never play it with us, Dr. D.
Bainbridge, why do you like this game so much?
What's not to like about it? It's Mario
This
Kart.
is the question, mate.
It's that good. And Nessa started playing it again with us very briefly.
He'll never play ever again now. He's played that one
he
time.
won't. He claims he's terrible at it, but he did beat me a couple of times. So
Like, he claimed he's terrible at Smash as well.
exactly.
I fixed the caps thing. I'm so sorry. I didn't realise that was on. Right, sorry, Bainbridge, Mario Kart 8.
Yes.
Specifically deluxe. So, are we including the Wii U one as well, or are we just going that was the blueprint for something that's very glorious right now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
With
You're
the
on it, mate.
release on the Switch, I mean, the booster pass cost, that really heightened it. I mean, 48 additional tracks.
Yeah, it was great.
40. Yeah, and if you had the NSO, is it the plus one? I think you could.
The family pack one.
Yeah, if you had the NSO plus extra, whatever the fucking top tier one was, I think you got the DLC for free as well. I don't think I paid for it.
And I think you got 7 additional characters, if I'm not mistaken.
Now you're asking me. Diddy, Funky, Peach, Fiona, fucking hell, what's her name? Pauline,
Fiona.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fiona from Shrek, mate. She's on it.
That would be great, by the way.
It would be great, yeah. There's a Mario, isn't there?
Wiggler, Kamek.
Yeah,
One more.
And the Animal Crossing ones on there. Or
Yeah,
that was
they
before.
were day one, I think.
They were just
On Dulux, they were, yeah.
Yeah.
Dulux.
And what is it? Because it's friendship destroying this game, or
Exactly, mate.
Yes, it
I mean, you have heard me scream at the top of my lungs so many times. And Jam, when you got me on Rainbow Road, I'll never forgive you for this.
Still to this day. To be fair, on the Wii U version of Mario Kart 8, we were playing Jam, Darren.
Yeah.
I remember I was in first place, chilling, no danger. Anyone was going to pass me. Lobbed a green shell back. No. Yeah, lobbed a red shell back was my specialty, Bainbridge.
I know.
To this day, if I bring it up, he goes fucking mad at me. Like, he'll go mental at me.
That does.
Yeah, and I'm like... But yeah, who's your go, Bainbridge? Who's your character? Is it
I actually have him on my desk still, courtesy of young Finn.
Young
If you can't see
Finn.
him, Waluigi.
Waluigi in the house, mate.
Not in the correct car that I use, but
No.
you know.
Unfortunately, Hot Wheels don't do a Waluigi on the Wiggler. Right, to settle for the pink, fucking whatever it is.
We love the rollers.
That's what we
Rollers
do,
are the
mate.
best wheels.
Yeah, what you do with Waluigi?
Mm-hmm. Scotty, mate.
Yes, sir.
Do you like Mario Kart? Stupid question.
Yeah,
Everyone likes Mario Kart.
No, I do like Mario Kart. I mean, like I say, I played 8 on the Xbox, but I had it on the Wii U, like you say. So, I think, yeah, I mean, my favorite Mario Kart, I have to say, was probably this is going to sound really bad now, but it's probably Double Dash. I love
Double Dash is amazing.
I knew you were going to say that. I think I think 8's the best one, but I think my favorite's Double Dash.
Yeah, I love Double Dash. I thought Double Dash was absolutely fantastic because I think Double Dash. I mean, I even played the NES version and I played like the 64 version. And yeah, I've played most Mario Karts. Honestly, I have. Like, I absolutely do love Mario Kart. I think,
you gotta play with us. Insulting.
Get it bought, mate.
Yeah, I don't own it on Switch. Still,
we don't need him to buy it because it's just going to batter us like it does at Smash anyway.
Yeah.
So
I can't wait, mate. Get in there, mate. Just to Double Dash really quickly. So that was the one that was mental, like the twin things, and everyone had the special item. Yoshi had an egg, and Bowser. Does Bowser have a big fireball? And Mario and Luigi had a big shell.
Big shell.
Yeah, that was it. Sorry, Bowser had a big shell with the spikes on.
You had to swap the players to use the second item.
Yeah, DK had the big banana. And I'm blanking on the others, but that was a really cool mechanic. And obviously, it was the birthplace of Baby Park. The one thing with Double Dash that really weirded me out was there was no hop. And I'm like, I can't hop. I was sliding, but you do get used to the slide after 1,000 hours of play. You know what I'm saying?
I think they just you go back to like the Wii Mario Kart Wii, and you kind of like you really like you try with the controller, you think no, back to back to game controller.
Yes,
right. This is what I remember now. And at that point, the DS version would come out as well. So like, right, okay, this is better. So,
7's cool as well. I'll do like 7.
7's great, yeah.
I like 7.
But they're all good. I some are better than us, but I think they're all decent. Do you know what I mean?
I think Wii and 64 were not great.
But they're still. If I said I was playing Mario
for the time, yes, fine. But I think, in my opinion, they're the ones that have not aged as well as others.
Fair, when I was doing that short, I had a load of fucking Mario Kart videos in my feed. The algorithm was like, "Oh, Mario Kart, fuck off with this," right? And a load of Wii people still play the Wii version like competitively. It's fucking mental.
Very religiously, I found. I mean, it's. The amount of shortcuts that you can do on that game is fucking.
Wii was broken. Yeah, the Wii was broken. If you that video you sent me, Bainbridge, with Toad and Toad on that thing, and it was just
over the mountain, just doing
like Shroom Bridge, you know the one, Jam, where they're boing, like right at the start, you could just go up the mountain and back round. Just fucking mental.
But it's broken.
But Bainbridge.
Yes.
Is there anything else you love about Mario Kart, or does it just speak for itself?
It's a good game that you can just sit back and relax. Well, no, you can't relax.
You can't relax to it, Bainbridge.
You have people like you and Jade who fucking are teaming up on people, and I'm just losing my shit even talking about it right now. So I'm gonna keep this segment very sweet and short.
It gets flashbacks of getting hit on the line at Rainbow Road.
Right. Exactly. I mean, fuck you. That's all I'm going to say in that regard. I mean,
fuck you, James.
I'll never forgive you for that. Never forgive you.
Never forgive you, James, for that one.
Never. I will forever hold a grudge.
Forever. Right. Okay, you said you were going to keep that short, so we'll stop there. Unless anyone has.
Hurry on before I start having an aneurysm.
Jay just piped up in the chat. She says Bainbridge.
Jay.
Yeah, it's funny because you'll just be driving around the track and you'll just hear Jay. Makes me laugh, man. But anyway, unless nobody's got anything to add to Mario Kart, let us move on to.
Dr. D, pull your finger out and get it bought.
Yeah, get it bought, mate. Bainbridge.
Yes, mate.
Can we have the game that just missed the podium, please? Number 4.
Oh, you are going to love this one. I don't know if Jam would have played it.
Oh, are you being genuine or are you taking the piss?
I am being genuine. I'm being
Okay,
genuine. I don't think Dr. D would have played this.
Mate, we got it. Come on, let's do it.
Dragon Quest 11S.
11S?
It is the definitive edition.
Echoes of the Elusive Age.
Yes.
For your little.
Is this what's the latest Dragon Quest?
This is the latest one. This is the latest one.
I played it.
Yeah, you have. Jam's played it, Bainbridge. So.
Oh, well, there you go. I did not.
Is it just 11S? That's it. Like
11S Echoes of the Elusive Age, I think, or an Elusive Age. It might be.
I'll just Google it, shall I?
Google it, mate. Bainbridge. Dragon Quest is a very. It's definitely something. Inspirational and all that. It's an Elusive Age. I knew what fucking.
I've just seen it. Yeah.
Why have you played any other Dragon Age ones?
This was actually the first Dragon Quest game I picked up in 2018 when it came out, I believe. Well, not the definitive edition, obviously, just when the standard edition came out.
Standard.
What's the difference?
One's better.
Bonus content is longer as well as the definitive one.
I believe the definitive edition has the
2D
mode.
In it.
Is that right?
Yeah,
play it top down.
Yeah, it has that. But like, it has bonus story.
Could you have chose a game with a shorter title? Now I've got to change the whole document.
Oh my god!
Just put Dragon Quest 11S.
DQ11S. EOAN, whatever it is. Sorry, Bainbridge, you were saying.
Yeah. So specifically, what I love about the digital edition. It adds character stories into it, but I'll get into that a little bit later. So it was the first Dragon Quest game that actually appealed to me, and I loved my turn-based combat.
8 didn't appeal to you?
No.
Journey of the Cursed King did not appeal to you?
No. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really hear of Dragon Quest games before I encountered this one.
Okay, I'll let you off. Go
on. I knew of their existence, obviously, but I never properly looked into them. But yeah, I mean, I love turn-based RPGs. They are one of my favorite RPGs of all time. RPG genres of all time.
Genre.
Not genre. Whoever calls it
mate.
genre, because I just insulted Dr. D there. I feel like I do apologise.
Actually, have mate. He's gonna boot you in the head.
He would, but luckily there's a screen in front of me. If Uncle Graham were here, he'd be lobbing a screen at me. Twice.
Yeah.
It happened twice.
Didn't it?
It did, mate. It did. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Yeah, so turn-based JRPG, we love to see them.
We actually do.
We do. They are fun. They are fun. And what I love about it is, like, the character designs are so fucking stupid, like, for the enemies, but yet somehow they make it serious story.
Fun fact, Bainbridge.
Go on, mate.
Did you know the character designer from Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball are the same person?
I have no idea, mate.
There you go, mate.
You can see the DNA in it.
You can.
Now you can see it now, can't you?
You can a little bit, yeah. A little bit.
I think
and Chrono Trigger, but that's a different story.
I think it's more obvious in like later games when you have like, because a lot of like the sort of the enemies or like the sort of animals associated with Dragon Quest look very much like early Dragon Ball Z sort of characters as well. And you can
especially the tiger and the
tiger,
the bat thing, yeah.
And also, if you look at the sort of like, I mean, not this hero, not this one, but the other iterations. I mean, if you look in their eyes and you see the stances of them powering up, I mean, yeah, that's clearly Dragon Ball. You see the influence of Akira Toriyama, like really.
Yeah, mate.
You're thinking that, yeah.
Have you played this one, Dr. D?
The guy from the hero from Dragon Quest 3 looks like Goku.
Have you played this one?
Absolutely. Like really clear. I think the eyes, the serious nature of the face, yeah, it looks very much like Dragon Ball.
Why? Have you played this one? No. Cool. Have you played any?
No, I mean, like I knew them as a thing, and the fact they were turn-based RPGs, but no, I mean, like I say, I did a bit more research into that after Hero was announced.
Hero.
And,
that's how I played 11 is because of Smash.
Of course it is, mate.
This is the thing with Smash, isn't it? I mean, it just explodes these new things. You think, okay, And you kind of have to wonder why these things have been chosen, and why have they been deemed worthy to be in this thing. And
that's why.
Exactly. Like, now I understand. Yeah. And sometimes it surprises you because you kind of because you know the sort of theme and the sort of like the feel of all the games in Smash are so different because you play obviously Mario games are always so sort of like calm and nice and gentle, and then you play. But even if you go back to the very first game, you look at Metroid. Like Metroid Prime is friggin' scary. Like from the get go, like trying after that level of escape and after you defeat the Parasite Queen is like, oh my god, I'm going to this is horrible.
Yeah.
That's but I mean, this is what the powerful these sorts of crossover things are and this is what you start to realize what Dragon Quest is all about. So I think so that's what kind of drove me into it. But yeah, I'm not around to playing it. Sorry.
Nice,
God, where was I now?
Dragon Quest 11.
Yeah, well, I know that I was there, you fucking dickhead. Honestly.
You said about the characters looking so stupid, but they made it serious.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just due to the tone of the story, like it makes it serious as well. I mean, spoilers if nobody's played
spoilers.
It. Dr. D, spoilers. And anybody else watching. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where this woman gets eaten by a dragon, something like that. Like in the post game, I believe it is. I mean, character designs are fucking stupid. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, this woman literally dies. Luckily, though, later on in the game, you go back in time and you can change the course of events and shit like that, so she does eventually live. So not a big problem. But still, in that timeline, she fucking died because she got hit by a dragon. Because that happens in everyday life, apparently.
Obviously, mate.
But yeah, and the character customization, I love character customization. Like you can change the appearance of your characters as well. And then in combat as well, you can just change out your party members whenever you want. You can change your equipment as well, which is quite useful, depending on the situation. And then like the that scene when fucking Veronica dies, my god, I was shocked by that. If you don't know who Veronica is, she's a fucking midget. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then her sister inherits all of her abilities pretty much, so she becomes like the mage for the second act of the game. And then obviously you go back in time and then you can save her from dying. So, it's all good. All good in the end. And then in the beginning of the second act, when you recruit an antagonist that has been following you throughout the first part of the story as well. Another spoiler. So yeah, I mean, just fucking all over the place, really. Where do we go from here? I mean,
the music. Talk to me about the music.
The music is glorious. Graphics, glorious. I mean, everything is just glorious in itself. How certain enemies only appear depending on the weather and what time of day it is as well. That's fun. Yeah, I mean, I can't say much more about it. I will add, though, that in the deluxe edition, the inclusion of the character stories were good. Did you play the deluxe, Jack?
There's one on the Switch. Whatever the Switch one was.
I think we were playing the same time, and it was just the standard one.
I got it was S. I know it was S.
Did you play the character stories?
I don't know. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Yeah. So basically, after Yggdrasil gets destroyed, the world tree Yggdrasil. Basically, the party gets separated entirely, and that's what the deluxe edition focuses on. Like, you get to play as the different party members, whereas Hero was your main protagonist, and you were primarily playing as him. So you got to see what happened to all these characters and how they ended up being where they are in the original game. So it kind of makes it more inclusive in a way. So their story from their point of view as well, which is pretty cool.
Nice. One thing I did appreciate is at certain points when you boot it up, it'll sort of give you a brief description of what's happened in the past.
Yeah, that's true.
so many hours of story. So I was like, oh, recently you've been to here, you talked to this person, you've done this, blah 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 blah. And for an adult who's very busy,
it's really good.
Don't have time to, you know what I mean? It's a good refresher to have. I wish more games did that.
Yeah.
You know
he says that as he's about to like lose 100 hours into Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Balls. Yeah, but it's you know what I'm saying.
It's a different kettle of fish.
I'm very busy, very busy. Bainbridge.
Yes, mate.
Are you finished or are you not?
2 seconds. Just need
Mate, no, I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing you at all. I'm just grasping where we are, mate. Are you going to continue to
I will
fill
be,
us with joy of the wonder of Dragon Quest?
Also, I will add one more thing whilst Bainbridge is doing what he's doing. Dragon Quest have that amazing Hori controller, the slime controller.
The slime controller.
Yes, forgot about that.
That was just, I don't know why it was ever made, but
it's like the chainsaw controller. Why is it a thing? But I want it.
Yeah.
What's the idea? But
I forgot this was the thing, Jam. Why is it on eBay for 450 quid?
Probably because no one bought it.
No one bought it. The only way to
Now
get 10
they're
of
rare.
them. £300. 300. I knew I should have bought one. I knew it. I'm fuming with that. I knew I should have bought one.
Oh, they made one for the Switch as well. What's when they won? Oh, it's Hori's third party, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jack, mate. Is Leah currently on stream? Is he watching? Do we know?
Dan, are you here?
He was chatting
It says
a bit.
he's here.
Is he?
Yeah, it says he's here.
Is here.
He's
What's
there.
up?
Okay. So Dan will appreciate this next one. It's a game that's...
Are we doing bronze trophy?
We're doing bronze.
Okay. Well done, everybody.
Bronze
Dragon
medal.
Quest there.
Podium time.
Podium time. Game number 3, Bainbridge. What we got?
Now, this game has had more releases than Dan has had for
I
second.
know.
God, I'll just start googling the
I'm going to
logo
type
now.
on the screen now. Go on.
You know what's coming.
I know what's coming, mate.
You do. And you know that I'm a sucker for my fantasy games. And Skyrim is the one. Music is good. I mean, at the time, it was fucking revolutionary.
It's not revolutionary now, mate. Shut the fuck up.
It is. And you love all the million releases that it's had as well. So, you know.
I mean, I'll play all of them, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not complaining.
I'm the opposite. I'll play none of them.
We're sat with someone, Bainbridge, never played Skyrim, I believe.
As much
Never
as I
played
love
it.
Jam, I don't like him that
That
much
is
at this minute.
outrageous, mate.
I think I hit you more than the time when you got me with that fucking green shell.
No, you don't. Not that much, mate. Not that much. Bainbridge.
Yes.
The first time Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim, I think, has been on a list, I believe. But I'm reaching there.
This is at least the first podium finish for it.
Definitely, yeah. I think Phil had Oblivion, or Morrowind maybe. I can't remember. But Skyrim, first time for Skyrim. Why is it so good that only 2 games are better than it?
Where do I begin?
Where do you begin? At the beginning, please.
No. I tell you what, I thought I would start in the middle and then we'd go to the beginning. Then
Mate,
the
you
end.
could. It's your list, mate. You do what you like.
Stories do. I mean, have you seen Memento? It works.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. It's a
What
great
year
film.
was it now?
2011. Ooh, fucking hell. Is it 11?
It was 11. Yeah,
It was 11.
it was 11.
Then it was 2013 when I first got my hands on it.
What a noob.
So I wasn't there from the get-go, unfortunately.
No, okay.
But it was actually a female neighbour of mine that got me into it. I know a female. Shocking, isn't it?
Is that because you know?
No.
Oh,
We're very good friends, childhood friends, and everything like that.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a story for another time. You know, we're not going to go into my past traumatics.
We'll go into whatever you like, mate.
No, unfortunately, if we do, it's going to be the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy. It's going to go on for like 12
Sure,
hours.
Jan will be up for that, mate.
I'd rather listen to that than watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh, you wouldn't, mate.
But yeah, so 2013 was when I first got my hands on it after watching my neighbour play it for a good solid 4 months, something like that. I'm just like, right, you know what? I've been around at your house like 5 days a week or whatever, and every time I've been around, you've been on this game. Let me get it from this end. I booted it up, and I've looked at the game. I'm just like, how can she find this game so addictive? I continued playing it.
Oh, you've little faith, mate.
I continued playing it. I'm just like, shit. I've been playing it for 8 hours.
About 3 weeks have gone by, lad.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's so much to fucking do in the game.
Let me just interject. One thing I was off about Skyrim and a lot of Bethesda games, when you're talking about it and you say, "Oh, I did this, blah, 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 whatever," and then the person will respond with, "Oh, when I was here, I did this," and bang, and I'm like, "What?" Like, I started a cult about some vampire. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I killed that guy, and do you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful time.
I mean,
sorry, Bainbridge. Carry on.
Influential that Uncle Graham decided to get it.
Recently, since he's been PC and all.
Yeah, since he got his PC, he decided.
I know he's been a Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, he also went on Starfield as well in the past couple of weeks. So, yeah, I'm a bit pissed off, to be honest, because, as you know, I heavily modded my Skyrim. I think I've got over like 750 mods on mine.
700, and have you
not even Skyrim anymore at this point.
It is Skyrim at its heart.
Have you got Thomas the Tank Engine as?
No.
Okay.
No.
What's Dragon called again? I'll do it.
I've seen that mod you're talking about. Actually, that is hilarious.
It's funny, mate. Have you seen it, Jam?
Yes.
Thomas just comes out of the sky, mate. It's like, fuck off.
They did it. Sick. They did Thomas the Tank Engine for what's it? Resident Evil as well.
Yeah, they did for Resident Evil 2, was it? Or
yeah,
was it
the big dude.
Yeah.
X or whatever his name was.
But yeah, 700 odd mods I've got on this Skyrim.
Is that installed at the same time?
That is installed.
How does the game even still work at that point?
Because, mate, my PC is robust.
I meant like, I meant not the PC. I meant like the mods talking to each other must. Oh, there must be a fucking nightmare in there.
The mod manager is working overtime.
To be fair, it's got its own stuff. What's your favourite mod? Apart from the ones that make it prettier, I know that one. Have you got like a favourite mod?
I don't use stupid mods. That's the thing. Like, if I'm playing a game, I like to play it sensibly, like things that would fit into the law.
You're a purist, mate.
I am. I want mods that make it look better and that add. Oh god, what's that term that people use?
Optimization.
No, not that one.
That is definitely one of the ones you're thinking of.
I mean, we use that all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to use it, mate. It's your job to optimize things. I imagine.
Yeah.
What's that word?
I don't know, mate. What is it? Describe it
to me.
It
has like useful features and shit like that. Oh, I forgot what the term what people use.
Utilize.
No, not that.
We're in the ballpark, though, aren't we?
Kind of. What's the word? It's god.
Quality of life improvements.
Yeah, quality of life. That's the one.
There you go, mate.
So there was a mod I installed. I didn't really think about it at first. But
did it turn everyone naked? And it
no.
Alcohol?
I mean,
maybe one day, mate.
I did have that mod.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did, mate. I believe that.
You can only have so much pleasure from it, but
that's what she said.
Exactly. That is a different kind of worms right there. But no, I had a mod where basically you could go to a vendor and they didn't have the item in their inventory.
I thought you said a bender then. Doesn't carry on.
If I wanted a vendor, mate, I'd go see you.
You've gone to the pub, mate.
Yeah, if you go see a vendor. So you can go to a vendor and say, oh, I'm after some Quicksilver ingot, for instance. They don't have it in their inventory, but what they can do is they can order it in for you. And then next time you go see them, I think they have to wait like 2 in-game days, something like that. They'll eventually have it in their inventory, so then you can buy it from them. So
is this a mod or part of the game?
It is a mod.
I was going to say I don't remember that. Yeah.
So that's quite a nice little feature. But it'd only give you certain inventory items depending on what your level was in that class. So if you wanted a Quicksilver ingot, you had to have like, I think, level 14 smithing, something like that, so you couldn't break the game, so you would have to level up your skills and shit.
Well, sensible mod. I know what you're saying, mate, yeah.
So yeah, that was a cool mod that I had. But yeah, it's just so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Beautiful. Wonderful. Majestic.
I mean, they're all great words to describe it.
Jam's favourite game of all time. There's another one for you.
Jam, that's the one. But yeah, like,
it's heavy.
Was it you, Dr. D? I do apologise.
What did you say?
Immersive.
Yeah.
I do apologise, Scotty.
Get a grip, mate.
I'm sorry, I'm just so passionate, mate.
You're in your awe, mate, of Skyrim, yeah.
Oh, what's this? You know what?
I know what's going on, mate. I know.
But yeah, so immersive. Like, I mean, joining the companions, like becoming a werewolf and shit like that. I never thought that was an actual thing. Spoilers if you didn't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have to do that shit, but you go mad to do it. I mean,
you know, and like, it's just so great. And the map is massive.
Can I just interject again?
Go on.
What class do you normally play as?
I mean, the sneak archer, everyone eventually diverts to becoming one of them. But if I play as a Nord, I like to keep true to the lore of the game, and I focus on two-handed weaponry.
Yeah.
Sometimes one-handed weaponry and a shield if I can help it.
She said.
Not to you, mate.
No, never.
Use no hands because you don't have a penis.
That is what you don't have, mate.
I can barely see, man. It's okay. I won't cry.
Keep it light, mate.
I mean, this is an SFW. I think that we have to.
SFW-ish. Ish.
Thumbnails, you have to have a circle with like 18 on it. BBFC rated.
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, the sneak archer, everyone eventually becomes a sneak archer, because why not? You want that times 3 bonus damage whenever you're sneaking. That's what everybody wants. It doesn't matter.
What do you call... I've got a joke for you. What do you call a wood elf that doesn't lie, cheat or steal? A dead wood elf. There you go, mate.
There you go.
Jam's like, what are you talking about? I don't
it's just
know
like
that reference.
No, I don't.
For the followers as well. The followers... I mean, Lydia is a classic. You know, everyone loves Lydia.
Is a classic, I agree.
Lydia, everyone loves Lydia. Everyone knows Lydia. And, you know, whenever
I guarantee, Jam doesn't.
No. Jam losing more respect for you as days go by, I'm not going to lie.
I've never played Skyrim, so everything in it I probably don't know. I know there's a dragon in it.
Right now. Change it right now. Boot up Skyrim. No. Why?
I don't mean to offend you, Bainbridge, but it's not like I don't like 90%, 99% of Bethesda games.
Oh, okay.
We've got a certain je ne sais quoi about
Scotty, you need to tell him this secret now!
Look, have you not played it either, Scotty?
I have had a message from Scotty.
Are you serious, Scotty? You've never played Skyrim?
Have you played any sort of Bethesda RPG, Scotty, or is it just
I did try to play Oblivion.
Right, okay. When you say try to, did you just lose interest, or...?
That sort of aspect of a fantasy and general fandom, it's not my thing.
No, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
I mean, Skyrim did intrigue me, and you know, when it came out, literally, I didn't like. I think I can name. I think I can count on one hand the number of my friends that weren't playing Skyrim. Unfortunately, I was one of them.
That's true. Everyone around me was playing Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same, literally all the time. But it was all a matter of circumstance, because when 2011, when Skyrim came out, I was in my final year of university.
Oh yeah,
you were very busy, Matt. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so I thought if I buy this game, and you know, people kept asking me over.
You're getting kicked out of uni, and you're failing your life, and you're going back to the supermarket, mate.
It'd be like New Age Warcraft.
It was pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Never played that either. When everyone around me was playing it.
I haven't either. To be fair,
it was the new Warcraft because literally again, I think like a few years beforehand, it was basically everyone was playing World of Warcraft. Like a few years before that, it was fucking RuneScape, and literally they sort of people
and
just
so on
like,
and so yeah.
shuffleboard all the way back over there, sort of thing. So Skyrim just became like the new thing during the time. So yeah, it was.
And you're like, I've got science to be doing, mate. I can't be playing Skyrim. Yeah.
It was literally I could play this, or I might fail my degree. So
all that money playing Skyrim, was it worth it?
You're damn fucking
right, it was worth it, mate.
Good choice, Scotty.
Ultimately, the correct choice because so when you say fantasy nonsense isn't your thing, do you like Fallout or shit like that? Did you?
No, Fallout I like. I mean, I did play. I played quite a lot of Fallout 3. I quite like that, and I love the aspect of the dog.
Yeah, I remember just Fallout 3. You emerging from the fucking vault and you see a cow just like walking around. I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Yeah. What the hell is this? But it's not the aspect of that sort of type of game thing, or even just the Bethesda stuff in the first place. It's not. It's not. I mean, I like this sort of aspect of any sort of dystopia. I mean, I do quite like that. And I like how we sort of kind of like veer the angle of it because. Especially nowadays, if you find something that's quite unique, it's rare because that whole thing has been done to death, and with the same reasons over and over again, explaining these sorts of things. It's just that sort of fantasy. I'm not even a big fan of Lord of the Rings either. I know that's controversial. I know that's controversial. But again, I've not got.
Me and Scotty are one in the same.
Like, love you, champ. It's I've just not got the bloody time to watch them all. I mean, I know that's the way I should.
Who has got the time?
They've got the nights, but they've not got the time. they've not got the time to do it.
Peter Jackson does not know how to edit film, mate. I'll give you that.
He knows how to film in New Zealand, I suppose.
He does know how to.
Yeah. And New Zealand's gorgeous. Can't fault that.
Exactly, mate.
So walking and but yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, I think the closest I've come to that whole fantasy genre is playing D&D, like here and there, and I did enjoy playing D&D, and I love that sort of immersive aspect of it. But yeah, I know. I mean, I appreciate they kind of managed to make the whole thing first person and kind of make sort of like the sort of I mean, like I do know about it because of watching Death Battle about the hero from Skyrim, so I do know the aspects of, and I do appreciate the fact you've got this freedom of how much you want to play the game and how that goes, and then you start again, like more stuff again, and yeah, I see why it became such the big thing it was. Yeah, it was just not on the cards for me, unfortunately.
Mate, we'll let you off because you're such a cool guy.
Why don't I get let off for not playing it?
Mate, you get a slap on the head.
Through green shot.
I wasn't doing a super fancy degree, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's very true, mate. Bainbridge, you'll have to beg our pardon there.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just now incredibly disappointed in Dr. D, that's all. But,
It's alright, mate. What are we up to?
Companions. No, yes. Followers, companions, like we would call.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So, yeah, like, Lydia is an icon. If you play the game.
My favourite character of all time, Lydia, I know what you're saying.
And, I mean, I always held this debate. Who do I prefer more? Do I prefer Lydia, or do I prefer Serana from the DLC, the
Shivering Isle?
Dawnguard DLC?
That's it.
I mean, she's a vampire. What's not to love about that?
What is not to love, indeed? We all love vampires, mate.
We do. So yeah, I can never choose between them. I actually did get a mod, and it's gone very mod heavy now. Where you can have more than one follower. It does break the game. You can have up to 64 followers.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. It breaks the game.
I know. Who wants 64 followers? You can pretty much like just complete the game in like a minute or whatever. But yeah. But I am upset.
Don't be upset, mate. Don't be upset. Because I know for a fact that at least the franchises for the next two games, I know for a fact I do. I don't know which games in the franchise though, but before we get there, Bainbridge, are we done or I was going to say... We could go on forever, Skyrim, mate. You fucking go mad.
It's just like the game, it can go on forever. But no, the main reason why I'm upset is because I went on it a couple of months back, maybe in the past month or so. The game has been updated, and now none of my mods are supported on it. And 700 odd mods to go through to try and fix this shit. So, yeah.
700.
700 odd.
Oh,
Odd.
Odd.
Bloody hell, mate.
711.
Probably.
Oh,
But,
that's a few reviews, John.
Jeez.
so, I haven't been able to continue my save, which I was really enjoying because I was exploring each hold of the world and going to,
Bainbridge, you have to beg your pardon 2 seconds. I've just got to go and...
No worries.
I've got my ears in. I'm still listening.
Go check on your chat.
Scotty or Jam, you take over for a second.
Well, Bainbridge is still on. Carry on, Bainbridge.
Yeah,
Do the
carry on.
hosting. I'll say that 2 seconds.
So, yeah, I mean, I wanted to continue my save. I went on and just like, yeah, no, you can't be games, folks. And on this save, I was exploring like every inch of the map, like just discovering new locations and shit like that. And I was thoroughly enjoying it. And then bloody one day, just like, nah, you can't play it not until
Can't
we
you?
fix this shit up.
Devastating.
I mean, I don't know about it. Can't you roll back the update?
I mean, I could do. I did try, but it didn't work.
Oh, lucky.
But now with the modders, 750 mods, I presume that's from not one source.
No, it's from all different content creators.
And
No,
you said you've got, is it a mod loader or a mod manager or something?
I've got mod manager, yeah.
So that's got to be compatible with this new update for it all to work.
Hmm.
Would someone do that or fix it?
Probably,
they're
mate.
meant to be fixing it, but we don't have an ETA.
Well, no. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's just someone doing it for fun, isn't it? It's no one doing it to get paid. So
very true. But yeah, so there you go. That is my heartbreaking story over Skyrim.
It sounds very upsetting, mate.
It is, mate. It is. I love exploring the woodlands of Tamriel and the tundra and whatnot, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, I think moving on to the silver medal.
2 seconds. Scotty,
Yes, sir.
can you check your Facebook messages?
I will. Oh, okay.
I've sent you what I believe. I'll send it to you as well, Jam, don't worry.
on what? Facebook?
I'll send you what I believe to be the last 2 franchises on this list.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably...
You agree?
Right. I don't know all of them. I think you're spot on.
I know. I only guessed one of them, but I'm I would
You're
say
trying to agree, right? Okay, we're all
Yeah.
in agreement, Bainbridge, that we know what the franchises are.
Okay.
Do you want to give us? Do you want to give us a silver medal?
I'm just putting it out there before I release number 2.
Yeah,
There are no Final Fantasy games on this list
I knew that.
because, frankly, I believe I could do my own top 10 of them in a maybe future podcast. If I, who knows?
I mean, I'm up for that. If you want to do that, we'll set you aside one week and we'll just do that.
I'm down for that. But
It could just be yours as well if you like. I don't mind.
yeah. No worries. I
Cool.
mean, for other people.
it'll have to just be Bainbridge's. We've already done the Final Fantasy.
We would have done it. I've showed it him and he doesn't agree with it. I don't agree with it, to be honest. But let's go. Bainbridge,
Silver
number
medal.
2, silver medal, please.
Pokemon
Oh, one was right.
There's one of them.
Let's go.
and Soul Silver.
OHG. That's
Silver. Nice.
fucking buzzing, mate. That's a good choice, mate.
Very good choice.
Now, Mr. D, beg your pardon, Dr. D doesn't agree with you. He had what was it? It's got Alpha Sapphire and
Yes, alright. Yeah.
yeah. Why have you picked this one? I'm inclined to agree with you.
I love the Johto region.
I love the Johto region as well.
It is.
And go on, you go. Sorry, I love this. I love the game.
In fact, the reason why I picked this version over the original is just because of the quality of life features it added. Again, like mechanics and features. That's all what this list really is. Mechanics, features, nostalgia. That's all.
I'll show this again because it upsets me.
I know. I'm upset that the box is a bit battered, mate. I'm not gonna lie. A bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, what? Oh, just go on, Bainbridge. What features are you on about?
So obviously the updated graphics are nice. Mate, what have you done with that?
I haven't done anything. It's not me. I'm fuming.
How did that happen again?
The old bed I used to have, the one at Crew.
Yeah, I remember. I remember now.
My
Yeah.
ma was very. My ma's very. She's very. She likes things she likes things to be done now. I think that's where I get it from. Like, it has to be done now. So she used to tidy up a bit for me sometimes. You know what I'm like? I know where everything is, but it's, as you can see a little bit here as well. But she got pissed off one day and just shoved everything under the bed and closed it. And the bed's got like a bars at the end of it. And the DS games are right at the top at the head of the bed. And as the bars come down, that's where that got caught. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
actually devastated, but it is what it is, mate. But Bainbridge, why is this the second greatest game of all time?
I'm a big fan of the Gen 4 games. Gen 4 was one of my favourite generations.
Yeah, this is the remake that accompanied Gen 4, wasn't it? Is
Gen
that right?
4? It's not Gen 2.
It is Gen 2, but the remake is in the style of Gen 4.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It was Diamond and Pearl, Soul Silver, Heart Gold, and then Platinum came out, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right, Scotty, mate.
So I love. What a weird song choice this is. Sorry, I have Spotify on in the background. I love the Johto region, and unlike Dan, I can probably name all the Pokemon.
Unlike Dan, you can name 3 Pokemon,
mate. You know, because the obvious person would just go in evolution line and not picking random Pokemon, but still, I'm not here to, make fun
it's a brag, mate.
You'll have a little dig, though.
I am a little bit. I mean, you missed so many, Dan, if you're still watching. I mean, if you are watching at this point...
I was going to put it on,
but I'll dig into you more.
It's got no juice, lads.
Oh, no.
You've got no juice.
It's got no juice, mate. It's the nice Zelda one. Are you having that, mate?
Oh, that's lovely.
It is nice,
I love playing the Zelda in the Zelda games.
Yes, love it.
I'm showing Scotty, yeah. Yeah. Mechanics, Gen 4 is beautiful. One thing, I know you're probably going to say it, Bainbridge. I don't want to actually take it from you. Carry on.
Post game as well. You think that you were done with the game? No. If you didn't play Gold, Silver, and Crystal, you know that you wouldn't know that you're actually going to go back to the Kanto region. You've got another 8 gyms to face.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and another Elite Four as well.
Didn't that happen in the original one? That's what that happened in the original Gold.
It does. That's right.
Yeah.
And you also face the protagonist of the original Red, Blue, and Yellow, or Fire and Leaf Green.
The song goes hard as anything ever. Like dun 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 dun. And so on.
You get to the top of Mount Silver, Red's fucking there, with his level 88 Pikachu. I mean, you can easily Earthquake it or die on one hit.
To be fair, that Pikachu's a piece of piss. It's the rest of the crew's a bit like, fucking hell.
Well, that Snorlax is absolutely...
Snorlax. Don't get me started on that Snorlax, mate.
Yeah, same.
That's why you have a Heracross with Karate Chop, or Brick Break, or...
Right, and let's chill out.
Close combat. You know what?
I mean, low kick's enough, isn't it? Sure.
Low kick is enough. It's a heavy bastard. Just take out with one kick. It's fine. But yeah, and also the Pokemon following mechanic as well. I love being able to see Pokemon in the overworld. It is a nice touch.
It is cool.
And especially in that Team Rocket hideout in Mahogany Town, you just see Lance, he just hyper beams the Team Rocket grunt, He doesn't give a shit. He's probably just killed a man. But, it's in the Indigo Plateau. He does whatever the fuck he wants. Yeah. And then Claire, she was a fucking bitch if he didn't prepare with a fucking Kingdra, I mean, it's a tough one to beat, is that. Dan, if you don't know what Kingdra is, it evolves from Seadra. And if you don't know what Seadra is, it evolves from Horsey. If you didn't know,
the King's Rock, isn't it? Is that right?
No, it's Dragon
Scale. Yes, beg your pardon, Scott. Yeah. I get confused because Slowbro's Slow King is King Rock, isn't it?
Slow King and Wheelie Politoad.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I got mixed up there.
Yeah, Dragon Scale is Seadra, and is there one?
Did you play the extra bit? Bainbridge, I don't know what it was. It was extra bit of DLC or something where you find out that the guy from the guy with the red hair is actually Giovanni's son. Did you play that bit?
That was the Celebi event, wasn't it?
I'm asking you, mate. I have no idea.
Yeah, I believe it was the Celebi event because you go back in time and fight Giovanni just after he disbands Team Rocket.
You
I believe, or before he's about to announce Team Rocket's return, something like that. But then you beat him, and then you're just like, okay, no, I'm giving up. I've been beat by 2 10-year-olds now. There's no point in living. I'm going to off myself.
It always weirded me out about Pokemon. There's like, you're 10.
Yeah.
Imagine me saying to Finn when he's 10 years old, "Well, go on then, lads, in a bit. Go conquer the world."
I mean, she's been 10 for like 25 years now or whatever. Man should be married and have kids at this point.
Ash, we talk about Ash though. Ash is hench because he can carry.
He is. I mean, it still pisses me off that is like level Gajillion Pikachu lost to a Magikarp, but we're not going to get into
level Gajillion.
And
you know that they've actually worked out Pikachu's level?
Have they?
I'm intrigued.
Enlighten me, Scotty. What is it?
So it was worked out at the time when from the Black and White saga turned out, and the reason it got worked out is because the basically people watching got so angry that Pikachu lost to a Snivy, like the first
Snivy.
Snivy.
Oh God!
Fresh out of the Pokemon Snivy. Yep, there you go, Pokemon Black. Yeah, fresh out of the ball Snivy. And thought this could not possibly be realistic, and basically worked out it isn't realistic. That should never have happened because the whole thing makes no sense whatsoever. But based on basically the things that Pikachu has actually managed to achieve, they worked out that Pikachu should be level 61 by that point.
And that's the Snivy out the ball.
Level 5 Snivy.
The Snivy should be level 4, level 5. Sorry, level 5.
If it's
there's literally no reason as to why that Snivy should have won. Like, none. If
that was in the game, it'd be 1-hit in a bit later. Boom.
There, folks. Dan, Snivy is a Gen 5 starter Pokemon.
Well, pig!
You can't see it, but he's there.
There he is.
The little green bitch.
Yeah. I've got a medal of Snivy in somewhere around here.
You're on it, you are, Scotty, mate.
Oh, you know it, yeah. Well, found my bit. Sealed, by the way.
Sealed. Oof.
Sealed? Fucking hell. Mate. I'm checking. You know what I'm checking?
You're checking it, yeah. You're checking how much it's worth.
How much that's worth.
Yep.
It's not on eBay. Oh. Pokemon Black factory sealed shit with Protector Authentic, 250 quid.
Ooh, nice.
Keep that sealed, mate. Do not touch that.
Okay, well that's staying there then.
Yeah, that's probably about right because the Pokemon games, as you know, Jam, sort of they age well. Do you know what I'm saying?
They do.
Yeah. But Bainbridge.
Yes, no. We went on a bit of a tangent there.
We always go on a tangent, mate.
We do. It's what we're known for. The only caveat I have with...
Oh, I'm fuming. Sorry, I'm fuming.
No, it's all right. The only caveat I have with Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and Heart Gold and Soul Silver is Gen 2 Pokemon are hardly represented in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, yeah. Jay gets annoying because Furret isn't... But apart from like Gold, Silver, is nowhere.
I know.
But Furret is in Pokemon... The new stop motion Concierge.
Yep.
But yeah, I know what you mean, Bainbridge. Like Gen 2 Pokemon just don't get us apart from Lugia. Don't get a sniff, mate.
Take the first gym, for instance. You go up against Falkner, a couple of good flying types got introduced in Gen 2. You had Xatu, Natu, Murkrow.
Yeah.
Hoothoot, Noctowl. What does he have? A Pidgey and a Pidgeotto.
Of course he does, mate.
So many options.
Yeah. I agree.
I think the first Whitney with her notorious Miltank.
That Miltank, yeah, the rollout.
That Miltank's a little fucking knobhead, though. To be fair,
is the first Johto Pokemon to be represented in a gym battle. Because
actually,
Buxty only has a Metapod, a Kakuna, and a Cypher.
Really?
Wow.
Really. He doesn't have an Ariados, doesn't have a Spinarak, doesn't have a...
What a knobhead.
What are the other two called?
What a knobhead.
Ledian or Ledibur.
They're in they're in the gym though, aren't they? They're like trainer Pokemon. They do like have them in the they're just not the gym leaders, aren't they?
Yeah.
I believe so, but I know the gym leaders have them. The gym leaders are meant to be like milestones throughout your journey. Like, you beat this. At least have a somewhat challenging team. Kakuna and Metapod mean nothing. The Cypher is the hardest part about that battle. And even then, if you chose Cyndaquil at the beginning, chose Cyndaquil, it already knows Flame Wheel at that time because it's probably evolved into a Quilava.
I'm actually fuming, by the way.
Why?
Because I've just found this Pokemon card on eBay.
Yes.
But it's a promo. It should be in its little sealed packet. In its sealed packet, it's 250 quid.
Oh, jeez.
And I've got it here in my little fucking folder, like a fucking noob.
Didn't that come with the TCG game?
It's something. It was either a film or something like that. I can't remember, Scotty, mate.
It was definitely that Meow thing. I feel like it may have come in the actual the GBA.
This might tell us. This thing might tell us.
Color. I feel like that Meowth came with a Game Boy Color, trading TCG game.
Possibly, mate. Possibly. Oh god. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah. Just a Game Boy. It just says I don't know, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, but you've got it again. Oh, mate. What about that?
Sorry. Don't even get me started on Morty. That is a beautiful Age of Slash.
Fucking nice, isn't it, mate?
It is.
Who not starting you on? Okay, I won't get you started, but go on.
The 4th gym leader, yeah.
I'm familiar.
You're gonna. I'm gonna say like your 3rd way through the first part of the game.
Yeah.
And he's the 4th gym leader. His max. Oh my god, the level curve in Gen 2 as well. It just irks me so much. But 4th gym leader, he has 4 Pokemon: a Ghastly, 2 Haunters, and a Gengar.
Level 21, level 21, level 23, and level 25.
Exactly. Like, what even is that's the 4th gym? At that point, I'm at least expecting like level 30 at least. But
yeah, but why have you got this? Yeah, like.
And they only ever introduced one new ghost type in Gen 2, and that was Mischievous.
Yes. Yeah.
I think because of that, I mean, they still ruined. I mean, at least they introduced Shadow Ball as an attack in Gen 2. I mean, because ghosts were basically completely, utterly useless. Like, and I think they're going forward. They tried to balance out the whole thing with the Tyranitar, and the Dark typing. But I think Psychics were just so broken for the first 2 gens. Especially, obviously that wasn't really a thing by playing Heartsteel because everything had sorted out. Because they had the modern attacks and the modern like special physical divide, so it wasn't really a thing in that thing. But I still remember just how broken Psychic types were in that gen. Unless you had Tyranitar, and
even against Morty in that situation, the Psychic moves would be perfect because the whole Ghastly line is Ghost and Poison, so Psychic will still work against it no matter what. I mean, if you pick Girafarig, if you caught Girafarig, it's normal and Psychic. It couldn't do anything against you.
No, literally.
I always call it Girafarig because it's funny, but yeah.
You're a Girafarig. Sorry, no, you're just a prick.
That is you, mate.
How do you say Farigiraf?
Yeah. That's a new one, Bainbridge. You probably don't know it, mate. You're not cool enough.
What Farigiraf is, don't you worry.
No, you don't, mate.
Well, I do. Shut up. Chuck as well, the 5th gym leader.
Chuck, yeah. The 5?
Primeape and Poliwrath.
29 and 31, it says here.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, again, no Gen 2 Pokemon. What are you playing now?
However, Bainbridge, Jasmine does have a Gen 2 Pokemon.
I know, she has a Steelix.
Is it my favourite Gen 2 Pokemon? Apart from like Lugian, that I think it is, And obviously for it. Obviously.
And she has 2 Magnemites as well, which I find very weird.
Both level 30. Why don't you have a Magneton and then a Steelix? I don't know why he's both level 30, then Steelix level 35.
Maybe a Scizor as well.
Caesar. Let's say that.
And then we get to Price. What does he have? He has a Piloswine and a Dugong and a Seal, I think.
30, 32, 34.
I never got why that time they chose Ice. Ice was such a like an underrepresented typing. I never really understood why they went for Ice of all the types.
Quite a few Ice, and it's really weird.
And then a more English player, but yeah, she was just a bitch with that fucking Kingdra.
Two Dragonairs, level 38, Gyarados, level 38, and that Kingdra, your favourite Mon, at level 41.
Yeah. They just oversell Dragon types that much in that game. They thought, you know what, 8th gym leader will be a Dragon type, and then the champion will be a Dragon champion as well. Yeah. Oh no, wait a minute, we'll just make him a flying champion instead, because all of his Pokemon are flying types. Literally.
Yeah, did he stop with Aerodactyl as well? Again, I think that was a weird.
He had
weird
Charizard, Aerodactyl, Gyarados, and 3 Dragonites, I believe.
You'd have 3 Dragon. Yeah, the 3 Dragonites was a bit. This is a bit much. Like.
Yeah.
How do I
Team's open yet? I'm just going off memory here.
Are you doing this on memory? That's very impressive, mate.
Yeah, what can I say? I love Gen 2 to bits. But yeah.
No
And then
way.
the post game just made up for it all because I loved Kanto as well. And then, yeah. Other than the level curve and the lack of Gen 2 representation, excellent game. Excellent game. And then
some might say the second best game of all time, Bainbridge.
And then the event as well, when you can go to the Sinjo ruins that connects Sinnoh and Johto, and you can get Arceus, and
Yeah.
that was a cool event. You got to see the goth mummy Cynthia, who we all know and love. You know,
I know,
we all don't know who that is.
No, you know Cynthia is. I beg to differ, mate.
Yeah, you would.
Why?
You have a quick Google, mate. Save search on. You know
Okay,
what I'm saying,
then no.
Bainbridge? You know what I'm saying?
right? Anyway, that is.
I have people making porn of
at the number
Pokemon.
2 spot.
Beg your pardon, Bainbridge. Jam, Scotty, anything to add? Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Before we move on,
No, it was me.
we covered everything. Jam, yeah, anything to add? I know you love the franchise after the first generation, mate.
You know,
So I played and finished Gold.
Did you play the remakes of Gold though?
No.
Right.
To be fair, I should have got them.
What a
I'm not
loser.
gonna- They're expensive now, aren't they?
They are expensive now. That's why I've not replaced that fucking case, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
favorite
Would
Gen
like
2
to play
mod.
them.
What did
Say
you say,
again?
mate?
Favorite Gen 2 mod.
Oh, I want to say, apart from like, I have to say for it because me and Jade love for it, and obviously Lugia. Fucking love Lugia, mate. That film, I love that film. Pokemon 2000. The song, Lugia's song, is engraved in my memory. I say that now, I can't remember the fucking tune, but do you know what I mean? But I'd have to say I'm a big Steel guy, so I'll probably Steelix.
What about you, Dr. D?
T-Tar, mate. T-Tar was fantastic. Close by Typhlosion. Typhlosion was a brilliant.
Typhlosion's, yeah.
I love Typhlosion. And I've got the card of Dark Typhlosion. It's one of my favourite cards.
Fucking haven't, have you?
I've
Of course you have, mate. What a legend.
Neo Destiny, like that set
Yes.
of cards.
What a fucking set that was. That was a fucking great set, mate. I remember that set.
A really amazing card.
Yeah.
That's why they're still expensive. Like because that introduced the shiny card,
Mhm.
and like if you Google shiny Tyranitar from I don't know if it's called shiny Tyranitar, but basically from that Neo Destiny.
I'll find it if I Google that, though, right?
Yeah, probably Neo Destiny type Tyranitar. It'll come up. I think it's like shiny or shining Tyranitar.
Shining is.
That's
I can
right,
fucking
yeah.
see it. Oh, Jesus. Graded
yeah.
one can go in excess of 10 grand, mate.
Yep.
I think that's asking for. I think that's on the higher end. We're probably talking a grand and a half, something like that.
It's so ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
That was a nice looking card, though.
It's a gorgeous card. Love it. But yeah, Tyranitar. Yeah, Tyranitar is still brilliant.
Yeah,
But,
I'm
I think it's one thing I loved about Mega is the fact that a lot of Gen 2 stuff got a bit more love because you had Mega Steelix, you had Mega Scizor as well, and Mega Ampharos.
Scizor. Mega Mawile. And if you don't call you Mawile Cyrus in Pokemon, I don't want to speak to you.
I mean, Mega Mawile. I mean,
But yeah, Scotty, mate. Before Bainbridge balls us with is number one, I've just got to say this is my old deck when I used to play it semi-competitively.
Oh, sick one.
You know what I mean? And I had a Mega Aggron deck.
You had a Mega Aggron. Oh,
and it just fucking on some of the like item cards I got, it just ruined everybody. I'm like, yeah, you fucking what I know, mate. I've not played for a while. It's probably all banned now, probably out of date.
Yeah,
I say probably. It's definitely all out of date.
That's what used to bug me about Pokemon. The fact that there was eliminate whole sets. That
Constantly, just all your cards would drop out all the time, and but like Yu-Gi-Oh, I think you can still use some of the stuff in the first set, can't you?
Yeah, all Yu-Gi-Oh is like.
It's all legal, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing. Great thing about Yu-Gi-Oh. But yeah, and as they change the mechanics, some old cards do come back into the meta, which is quite astounding. Whereas Pokemon just like nope, denied.
Yeah, it's like no, you can't use this set now. It's out of order, mate. It's in a bit. Jam.
What about you? Favorite Gen 2?
Yeah.
Forgot
Favorite
to
Gen
ask.
2 Mon Togepi.
You know what? I was actually going to say Togepi because that's like basic.
I know you, mate. Donphan.
It's not Togepi. What's Donphan?
What?
Ah, I know what that is. That's the one that appears in the beginning of the Pokemon movie.
Correct. Yep.
Yes.
You like my knowledge there, Bainbridge? You're impressed?
It's very impressive, mate. You can wipe us all off the table with Pokemon quiz.
I think every time. I think when I played through it, I started with Quilliver, and I think I'd say probably like Typhlosion.
Cyndaquil.
Typhlosion is the best starter.
Yeah, Cyndaquil.
I'm a water starter guy, so I always pick Mudkip, but I do like Typhlosion.
Mudkip, that's Gen 3, mate. Get out.
Is it? Oh, shit. Oh,
Totodile.
Sorry.
How dare you get Pokemon wrong in the presence of Bainbridge?
Totodile. Beg your pardon, Totodile.
Honestly.
Before we go, sorry, I played Pokemon Gold 5,000 years before it come out because somehow, I don't know how it appeared one day on my computer. I had a Japanese emulator, and I remember me and my cousin just. Sorry, I shouldn't say that word on here. We're not allowed to say that word on here.
Yep.
But I remember me and my cousin just razzing through it, not knowing what the fuck was going on. Like just razzing through it, mate. It was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bainbridge, you were going to say.
Yeah, I mean, I love Pokemon Movie 2000, but Pokemon Movie 3 with Entei and the Unknown Tower.
That was quite. That's when they started to take a bit of a dark dive into the Pokemon films. I must admit, the fact that Entei didn't actually exist. I mean, that was kind of the crazy thing about that whole the whole film. Actually, it was quite dark.
Yeah.
That
fight scene between Entei and Charizard. Oh, goosebumps.
Entei and the Zard, mate.
Oh, that was an amazing battle. I've got to say.
It was.
Yeah. I just found this, by the way. Like you're gonna have to send me your address because.
Oh, that's sick. Hang on, I need to see if I've got.
You probably haven't, mate.
It's one part of.
Started again.
This set.
Oh my god! He's got everything.
Indeed.
Just don't be too impressed with all my Pokemon collection.
Scotty, do you remember the break cards?
I don't think I've got that one, Scotty.
Or you sort of put it. I'll sort of do it for you.
Yeah. No, this is from 2000.
Pretend that's an Arcanine. That's an Arcanine. You sort of do that.
Oh, sick. Nice.
Yeah, they've obviously evolved it out of the game, but
I've got a few of them.
Yeah. I saw them. I think last time I was playing, like Pokemon EX was still a thing, and that's when I was, because I had a dark Rockets Raikou AX in my.
Of course you did, mate.
Yeah, I played love that card. Rockets Raikou EX was brilliant, but yeah.
Bainbridge, where are your Pokemon cards, mate?
I don't own any Pokemon.
What a loser!
What?
I don't own any Pokemon cards.
You're such a fan, you don't own any Pokemon cards.
I don't own any.
That's a fucking grip, mate.
Most of my disposable income went on Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
And now it goes on Marvel figures, mate.
Now it goes on Marvel figures.
Wonderful. Mate, I'll sit here and look at these all day. Sorry, Bainbridge. I beg your
Don't worry.
Yeah, likewise. That's all you made to?
You're on it,
You
mate.
are a beautiful man, Scotty. But yeah, I don't have that one.
Jam.
Yeah.
My old brain has let me down. Could you just, before Bainbridge shouts out his number one, could you just run through the top 10 up to this point for me?
Number 10, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3. Number 9, Road Trip Adventure. Number 8, as I have written it down, COD Blops 3 Zombies.
Beautiful game.
Not wrong.
Brilliant.
Number 7, Dying Light.
Beautiful game.
Number 6, Battlefront 2 Modern.
Beautiful. Yes.
Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Dragon Quest XI's Echoes of an Elusive Age. Number 3, Skyrim, and taking silver is Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Ooh, very fitting. Bainbridge, drumroll, please. Can we have your number one?
You did message Jam and Dr. D earlier. Do you want to take a guess as to what?
I've already made the artwork for it, Bainbridge. If it's not
confident,
I've got to change it.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to say out loud because I don't want to ruin the suspense. But I'm going to message you what I think the franchise is. Bainbridge, is that okay?
That's fine with me. Why are you messaging me
on Facebook? Am I in the ballpark?
Yes. Message, Roger.
Okay, we're in the ballpark, ladies and gentlemen.
You are.
Drum
Okay,
roll,
I'll have to
please. I
change
think
my
I know
order.
which one it is. I'm going to tell you which one I think it is.
Yes.
Okay. We got it right, lads. I know you better than I thought I did, Bainbridge.
You know.
Go on.
No.
Build us up, mate. What is it?
It is a game series that has been going since 2002. And they are finally on their. Technically, it's their 4th numbered installment, but there have been
Fourth
many
next,
other
isn't it? Yeah.
spin offs in the long run. It is the gold winner, Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
Beautiful, mate. Kingdom Hearts 2. I've only ever played Kingdom Hearts 1. Believe it or not.
Whatever you took from Kingdom Hearts 1, forget about it. Kingdom Hearts 2.
I've been told that. Funny enough, Bainbridge, I've been told this. I've been told everything you don't like about Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2 fixes. Is that about right?
It is more than right. It is
Cool.
beyond.
Yeah, because I remember walking around Kingdom Hearts 1 thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I'm in some mirror place, and then I end up on a beach with Final Fantasy characters, and then Cloud turns up, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And Squall's got a different name and a different hairstyle. And then fucking in Halloween Town with Jack Skellington,
Yeah,
Peter Pan's floating about.
yeah, well, Peter Pan's a knob, so it don't matter about that. But
Go on, let's honest. Why Kingdom Hearts 2 slaps? That's from Chloe, and Dan is buzzing.
Kingdom Hearts 2.
Why is this? First off, why is this the best one in the series? First,
It's an emotional roller coaster from the get go.
I don't believe you, but go on.
Well, I think you're ever going to play it. Let's face it. You never take my advice on good games.
No, I beg your pardon. I've got it down there somewhere. I swear it's down there. The first one's here, so I'm actually bollocks here. Where is it? Found it. Fuck you. Yeah. Everybody. I'm cultured. Fuck you.
You want to see my copy?
Have you got a copy? Don't wind me up like that, mate.
I don't have a copy.
Right, we're getting off course. Sora is. I see dead people. That guy. It is the voice actor, by the way, Jam. I'm not lying. I'm not lying.
Was it?
Yeah, and by the way, it took about 15 years, or how old's Kingdom Hearts 2 now, Bainbridge? Have you lost him?
We may have
Oh, he's
lost
still there. Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Bainbridge, go out and come back in. Oh, his internet died. Right.
Oh no.
I'm back. Don't
Okay,
worry.
you're back. Okay, cool. Bainbridge.
That was worrisome. It may cut out again.
No, don't worry. Don't. We'll be fine. How old's Kingdom Hearts 2 now? Right,
He's gone again. No, he's not.
Right, we're back.
Okay, answer the question quick. How old's Kingdom Hearts 2 now?
How old? I believe it came out in 2005, so 19 years old.
19 years. Okay, I found out the other year, not long ago at all, that Setzer, my boy from Final Fantasy VI, is in Kingdom Hearts 2. No one told me.
He is, mate. He only makes a brief appearance.
Right, no, that's not the point. No one told me, right? And I'm a bit upset by this. So, I'm going to ask you quick. What is your favourite cameo in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Ooh.
Wait, no. What's your favourite world, Kingdom Hearts 2?
Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically.
Specifically, considering this is the greatest game of all time.
Probably the starting world, Twilight Town.
Twilight Town, right. Is that based on anything?
No, that is...
You've avoided the question now, Ben, but what's your favourite world that's based on like an existing Disney
What's
IP?
your favourite world? I answered the question.
Yeah, I know, I beg your pardon. I'll be more specific. What's your favourite world based on a specific Disney IP, or an existing Disney IP, if you will?
That's a
Is
good
it Pirates of the Caribbean, obviously?
I didn't mind that world. Not my favourite.
Okay. While you're thinking, what I found funny in Kingdom Hearts 3, I've not played it, I've seen the bits and bobs. There's a Frozen world, right, in that game? Is that right? Yeah, so I'm thinking, don't fucking sing fucking Let It Go. Don't sing Let It Go. 2 seconds in, Let It Go! Well, for fuck's sake, of course you do.
But,
getting that money.
Get that quids in, mate.
Well, I proved Jack wrong. Was it last week I proved him wrong when Kingdom Hearts is a Disney-owned property?
You did. I just
Dora
assumed.
is Disney.
I just assumed it was joint owned, but I think Disney own, Square own all the original characters, whereas Disney own Disney stuff and Sora. No, I forgot what it was.
Disney owned.
Disney basically own it. Yeah.
Original content.
Yeah, Disney owned the stuff. Square make it. I think that's what we found out when we looked it up last week.
Anyway, back to your question. Favorite Disney-owned property? I'm trying to think of all the worlds now in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I can tell you all the worlds.
Go on, list them off for me. List them off.
Oh God, I've not got it on the screen. Beg your pardon. 2 seconds.
First world you go to is Beast's Castle.
Olympus Coliseum, Acre Woods, Halloween Town, Disney Castle, The World That Never Was, Twilight Town, Destiny Island, Atlantica, Agrabah, Hollow Bastion, Land of Dragons, Space Paranoids, Radiant Garden, Port Royal, Neverland, Timeless River, Pride Land, Land of Departure, Traverse Town, Mysterious Tower, Pride Rock, Wonderland, and End of the World. So the Disney one from all them.
Halloween Town, probably.
Yeah, that's in the first one, in it as well. I remember playing that one.
In the Kingdom Hearts 2 iteration, you actually get to go to Christmas Town as well.
Oh, do you actually?
Yeah.
Well, you're nearly selling it to me now, Bainbridge. You know, I've got to say, I don't like just jumping straight into the sequel, but I don't think I can make it through the first one, I'll be honest with you.
Aye. Anyway, yeah, before my internet rudely cut me out, which I'm very pissed off about, that has thrown the entire show right off track.
Oh, God, yeah.
As I was saying, Kingdom Hearts 2, it's an emotional rollercoaster from the get-go.
Absolutely is.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
No idea, mate. I'm trying to be... Go on, then.
You're playing as a character that nobody has ever seen before, called Roxas. And you're just like...
It just starts off as him, right? He's just and you're like, who the fuck is this clown? Is that right?
Exactly.
Right, okay.
But you only play as him for 7 in-game days. And...
Which is how many hours?
Oh, it's about maybe 2.5 hours, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe not even that, maybe 2. But he's come into reality of his existence and how he doesn't belong in the world. And then at the end of this...
technically, right?
You what?
It doesn't technically, right? Is that...
Doesn't, no.
Right.
But towards the end of this tutorial section of the game, he learns that this life that he has...
Did you learn him, mate?
It wasn't his to begin with. Like, it shouldn't have ever happened. And he gets to see Sora, the main protagonist from Kingdom Hearts 1 and the one that you play as in Kingdom Hearts 2. Mm-hmm. He sees him in this sleeping chamber pretty much because he's been asleep for the past year, which we'll get into later because it's a whole mindfuck in itself. Just like, my summer vacation is over. I'm just like, crying out loud, mate. You've only realised that you existed, and now you're finding out that you're no longer going to exist in the space of like 7 days. It's heartbreaking stuff.
Well, spoiler warning here. Does he continue to exist after this point, or does he just evaporate, or what?
It takes them... What year was it? It takes them 11 years to fully bring him back.
Right, and does he come back in a certain game afterwards?
Yes, he comes back in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Right, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's an emotional rollercoaster right from the get-go. And, yeah, I mean, you eventually, when you leave Twilight Town, I think the first world that you actually go to is Hollow Bastion, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know, do I?
That is a completely Kingdom Hearts own property in itself. But
yeah, that, and there's a few bits and bobs around it that is like within Kingdom Hearts itself.
Yeah. But you come across the main antagonist of the game, Organization 13. But there's only 7 members there.
Why have I heard of that?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Doesn't matter. Carry on.
There's only... Wait, let me do the math. Yeah, there's only 7 members there. Or is
why aren't they called Organisation 7 then?
Because...
This game makes no sense, Bainbridge.
Oh, because they later released a game that was released on the GBA.
Oh, sorry. Right, go on.
they later released that as a PS2 title, but it was North American exclusive.
Scotty's nodding. Why are you nodding, Scott?
I just remember like all the things. It's like, oh, here's Kingdom Hearts 2, but there's also this. Is it gonna be 3? No, but there's also this.
Right.
2.5.
Do you like Kingdom Hearts?
I mean, yeah, it's not. Again, I appreciate the crossover aspect of it, and I appreciate.
You love a crossover, though, don't you, mate?
I can't get enough crossover, and the juxtaposition with everything it's always felt a little bit disjointed.
What a phrase that is! Oh fucking hell! It's the first time juxtaposition's ever been used on this show. I love it, mate.
It's not. Scotty said it in his top 10.
They probably did, to be honest.
When we were talking about
no, he did. Fucking
Horizon.
I beg your pardon, Scott. I knew
As in
that.
we moved into the future, but human evolution has kind of declined.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about Horizon. Yeah, that's right. But I mean, I think that's the thing. I think because the art styles don't. Yeah, because it's not like when it's kind of a blatant crossover when things are just kind of like clearly pulled from all these different things. When you've got Disney and the sort of the historical aspects of Disney, especially the characters that are so ingrained in Disney culture, like Mickey, Goofy, Donald, and then you've got anime, and and you come across. I mean, I know they're sort of like kidified in a way, but you still got characters like Sephiroth kind of like hanging around and as a boss. But then you also got Hercules, and you sort of like, am I finding here? Am I waiting for a dance number? I've always found it quite disjointed, and yeah, I never gelled with the Kingdom Hearts. I must admit. However,
Bainbridge is dying inside, mate.
I know he is, and it's like
you've got to be. I don't think you can be a casual fan of Kingdom Hearts. You're either really into it or you're not.
Everyone I know that loves it, Jam, is always like, I've always been like lectured about it.
Yeah.
Bainbridge, you were talking about. Who were you talking about? Was it Josh?
I remember being.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck are you on about? Like,
and I just absolutely schooled him, mate.
You did, obviously you did. Remember when he said he thought he knew more about Pokemon than you? And I was like, no, shut up. No.
He probably knows more than Dan does.
Dan's under fire in this episode.
Not even on this.
I mean, I get why people get so far into it, and I do appreciate why people do like it. I mean, at least I know someone who I think, and just in the spare time.
Do I know this person as well?
You probably do actually. I'm not going to drop him in here, but the fact I think he basically wanted to get to a specific level, like before he even left the first town. I think he was basically trying to complete the game before he even got to the certain game, and he did it after weeks and weeks and weeks of like grinding this game, because obviously I think the sort of like growth rate obviously would go down the entire time. So I think he was trying to do so much without even kind of like actually progressing into the story. So there's so much you can do in it. So I do appreciate it, but yeah, it's just never really been for me. And but maybe I was also not really a big Disney kid either. So I think that's probably why I like Disney. Like, and there's a lot, especially nowadays with things, and I can actually enjoy it for what it was intended.
Yeah.
And there are a few things that I did like about things, but it wasn't really a thing for me. Although I do appreciate that they have the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, because I think because Nightmare Before Christmas was never actually branded as Disney when it first came out.
Yeah,
it wasn't obvious Disney. It was like spooky weirdness, and I think
just like when Blade first came out. Like, my dad had to tell me it was Marvel, because he was like, that's Marvel as well, and I was like, what?
Really?
I wasn't that old at that.
Yeah.
I wasn't like a baby, but I wasn't like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he had to point it out to me that it was Marvel. I was like, oh fucking hell, no way.
Yeah, well, I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but
everyone's entitled to the wrong opinion, Bainbridge. You know what I'm saying?
In this instance, Scotty, you are wrong. So
you're wrong.
I know that you've never been told that in your entire life.
Science that old, mate. You're wrong.
But yeah, I mean, it's just so ambitious, like what they did. Who would have thought that they could put Final Fantasy and Disney in an amalgamation together?
I have a question.
Go on.
The biggest thing with Kingdom Hearts,
yes.
The biggest selling point, if you will, was the fact that it was Final Fantasy and Disney, right?
Yeah.
But whenever I've seen gameplay of like 3, it's always like just original characters running around. Have they taken out the Final Fantasy stuff?
In Kingdom Hearts 3, they stepped away from it.
Yeah. But gradually over time, did they just go
gradually
out
over
the door?
time.
Right, okay. Right, I thought they did. Did you feel it as well? Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's. I mean, like I said, when it's back, the whole overwhelming thing was it's finally out, it's amazing, and it's finally out, but then you look at all the clips and everything was like, oh, we get to play with Ariel, and you get to be a mermaid, hooray! And then you've got and then you've got the whole Toy Story thing as well, which was again, I mean, it's quite cool, but I mean, again, is that sort of blur lines well between what's Disney, but is it Pixar, is it Disney? Yeah. It's that sort of thing as well in terms of trying to like bridge that sort of thing. But no, you're right. I didn't see any much actual Final Fantasy stuff in it, as well. We're going moving on to onto 3, but I think that just kind of fits with everything else. The sort of this big Disney takeover with everything. I mean, completely different game, but look at Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Like all the X-Men stuff was gone, and you had all the stuff that was basically just in the MCU, and that's what they wanted to push forward. And I think that Disney probably had that sort of same sway with Kingdom Hearts 3 to basically say, no, we're going to push all these everything forward. And because I might be wrong. I mean, I can't remember. I don't remember exactly when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, but was it around the same time as Toy Story 4? I don't know. Because
2016 Kingdom Hearts 3 came out.
It might be 3, you know.
Toy Story 3 came out Toy Story 4 came out in 2019.
Yeah, Toy Story 4 is 19. Toy Story 3.
I've not seen Toy Story 4 yet.
It's 2010.
No, actually, no.
You know, it's all right.
Yeah,
it's all right.
Yeah. Three's good. I don't know. I don't think 4 was needed in my opinion. But
it was unnecessary, but at its moments, right? Yeah.
I appreciate them explaining the whole origin of Peep, Bo Peep. That was nice.
Yeah. They actually had to go out of it for probably for copyright some bollocks or something.
I've heard it. I heard it was like Toy Story 3 was to round off our generation's Toy Story, and then Toy Story 4 was trying to reboot it into a newer generation.
Yeah,
but
with modern voice actors that people know.
Yeah. And the guy, it blows my mind that the guy that does the voice for Slinky passed away, and they got a new guy to do it, and no one noticed because he was so good.
That is heartbreaking, but also
heartbreaking. But yeah, fair enough. Like, good, well played to the new dude. You know what I mean?
You've done well. Yeah,
you've done a good job. I didn't know it until someone said. I wouldn't have been able to tell. Bainbridge.
Yes, mate.
I'm on a tangent. I'm so sorry, mate.
Yeah, mate. Don't you worry about it.
Kingdom Hearts 2, the greatest game ever made. Where are our manners? Carry on, mate. What were you saying?
I lost track now. Where were we?
Sounds about right.
Organization 13. That's where we got off to.
Yes.
So you look up. They're standing on some high skyrise or whatever, and you only see 8 members, and I'm just like,
or it was 7.
It's either 7 or 8. I can't quite remember the number. Okay. I think it is 7. But doesn't matter anyway. We're going into semantics here. I was like, as a kid, why are they called Organization 13 if there's only 7 of them here? I then later found out of the game that happened in between the first and the second game. Well, 2 games happened in between, but
do they chain of memories in 3858 by 2 days? Is that right? So
yeah. It's a mind fuck, to put it in the slightest. I mean, you go through all these Disney worlds, and Sora's looking for his boyfriend Riku, not Riku from Final Fantasy X.
No, okay.
When you say Sora's looking for his boyfriend Riku, is Sora canonically?
No.
Okay.
Just
a boy who's just okay.
Friends who's a boy that's not the girl Riku.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Because he disappeared at the end of the first game along with King Mickey.
He was kicking off when I stopped playing it. He was booting off on a ship or something.
Yeah,
he was.
Mickey Mouse, that is, if nobody knows.
Is that who you're referring to? I had no idea.
Never would have known.
He's on the look for that. He's on the look for Riku, but he knows that the person that he was rescuing from the first game, she's chilling back on the island, their home island. So she's all right. We say in quotation marks, but throughout the story, you get clips of her and what she's up to. She's actually been kidnapped by the Organization 13. So
is that who kidnapped her in the first game?
No, she just disappeared.
Okay, cool.
She ended up in Maleficent, Maleficent
not cool, but yeah, cool. I know what you mean.
And her cabal of Disney villains. Cabal, that is a word that nobody ever uses these days.
Why?
I'm just a thesaurus right now.
One word for you, mate.
Disney World. So yeah, you're progressing through these, just seeing how the story progresses. You eventually got back to Hollow Bastion where you met Organization 13. And Mickey's there, so Sora's like, where the fuck is Riku? And then he's just like, I can't tell you right now. He's just like, why the fuck can't you tell me? Shit kicks off in Hollow Bastion because Maleficent's up to no good again, because somehow Maleficent returned, doing the entire Palpatine. And
maybe you don't know now, do you?
No, I'm just trying to recall the
mate.
stats. I'm just trying to recall the stats. And then the leader of Organization 13 is up there as well.
So just one thing by me. So sorry.
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse is a villain, right?
No, Mickey Mouse is a good guy.
So why is he with Maleficent?
He isn't with Maleficent.
Where is he now?
He's in Hollow Bastion, but so is Maleficent.
So they're both there separately.
Yeah, both there
at the same time. Okay, right. Okay, carry on.
And then it's when it's this like climax to a massive battle that Sora has to do all on his own against 1,000 enemies. And you know, as a child, I thought this is fucking sick. You don't have Donald and Goofy with you because Donald is off with the king. He's off
arsing about, mate.
Yeah. You at this point, you think Goofy dies because he takes a boulder on the head for King Mickey. So, you know, he's like pretty much dead at this point. Donald is very upset. Mickey is raging. He's just going like hand to hand with all these evil enemies and whatnot. And then you see a cutscene with Leon and Cloud together, which, you know, best cutscene ever.
Leon is Squall, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my god, these two characters are finally meeting. It's never happened before in Kingdom Hearts. This is sick.
My god.
And they're having a bit of banter between them. They're just like, oh, there's a lot of enemies around here. And then Cloud's like, oh, well, it could get a little bit more difficult if one more showed up. And then they're just
guess
like,
what?
oh, well.
Never guess what happens next. One more shows up.
And then they're just like, oh, fuck this, let's just kill them all and go get a drink. So they do that part. And then turns out Goofy isn't dead, so, you know, that's all good.
Well, I know he's not dead because he's in Kingdom Hearts 3, mate.
Obviously. Going to Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm just putting it out there. Canonically, Donald Duck is one of the strongest mages in...
I've heard people say this. I always switch off when they tell me why, though. Why is he why is he canonically the most powerful mage?
He uses a spell which appears in Final Fantasy 14, I think. It's called Zeta Flare.
Oh, yeah. Bahamut uses that, right? As well. Is that right?
So.
Yeah, 16 as well.
Yeah.
Every Square Enix character to use Zeta Flare, of course, as an article. Have you ever look?
Yeah.
Donald Duck, obviously, was in Bravely Default as well. Bahamut's that's in Final Fantasy 14. It just says Bahamut.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter. Matter.
Is that in 3? Is it or 2?
That's in 3. That's in 3.
Okay, cool.
That's when pretty much everyone is dead in 3. But you know, I didn't include 3 on this list because it's all like Kingdom Hearts 2.
It is all about. I have a question.
Go on.
I may interject and jump 2 games into the future, but 4 that isn't out yet. I remember when the trailer came out, it was it's not my thing, Kingdom Hearts. Don't get me wrong, but I like people. One of the reasons I watch reaction videos is because I like people being happy that a thing they like is happening and is good. I'm sure. I think you're in the same boat, Jam. I believe you watch reaction videos for the same thing.
I do.
But I saw it says here, Kingdom Hearts wiki, because you know I ain't got a fucking clue. I'm trying to keep up with you. The place where Sora wakes up in that trailer is called the Quadratum. Is that right?
Quadratum.
Whatever. Yes. What is that? Is that like here?
That is a world in a different reality.
Right. Is that why it looks like real life?
Yeah, that's why it looks like real life.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I won't bore you. I won't bore everyone with the fucking
No.
rest of it. That'll do.
Going into details. Not going into details.
No.
So,
carry on. Beg your pardon.
Anyway, when the party fully reunites after you do this battle with the 1,000 Heartless, that's what the enemies are called, if you didn't know.
I knew that.
I knew that too.
There you go.
There you go, mate. Science.
So, Donald's fine. He's happy that Goofy's alive. Spoilers, he lives. And everyone reunites. And then Sora encounters the right-hand man of the leader of the Organization 13. And they're just like, oh, yeah, we captured the girlfriend, by the way. And he's like, oh, fuck, I completely forgot about her. But cool, it's good that she got mentioned in the game and whatnot. So, right, okay, we're also going to rescue that bitch now. So you go to the final world. You end up meeting up with Riku again, who's just turned into a black man all of a sudden. You had to play 358 over 2 days for that.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly. You think I'm making it up?
I do. But I'm every time someone explains the Kingdom Hearts to me, I'm just like, what are you on about?
One direction to take the game. Yeah.
I'm riveted by it, but fuck if I'm playing all them games, mate. You know what I mean?
Anyway, Riku does a reverse Michael Jackson. He turns into a white man again, so we're chilling there. And then
Chloe's loving this, mate. I'm lost. I know Jam's hanging on to every word, mate.
I'm just like absorbing it all
in.
I'm going to go buy the games and then play.
I've got I got a pack or something of some. I can't remember. But
anyway,
go on.
Sora's being like, oh my god, it's been like a year and a half since I've seen you. Let me have an emotional breakdown and like make all the fanboys cry, and they can make horrible NSFW for us on the internet. So we're just like, right, okay, weebs, calm the fuck down. We're not here for that. We're here for an emotional story. So anyway, they're reunited. They go off to go fight the final boss. For some reason why the final boss is a fucking dragon he can transform. Don't do it in any other game. Obviously, it's Japan. Dragons are cool.
Dragons are cool.
So yeah, so you fight him, and then his final form, it's just Sora and Riku, and Sora's about to, oh my god, that scene where he fires all the lasers at you, that is one of my most favourite moments in the final battle. Sorry.
Like a little child who's going up, like, can't concentrate on the... Get excited at all this. No, don't you apologise, mate. It's beautiful to hear. Carry on.
So the game utilises a function called reaction commands.
Wait, I'll just stop you there. Yes. Chloe says it's very hard to explain to people what the fuck's going on, but you can get a piece of piss. So congratulations.
I'm presuming though, Chloe, you can understand it if you've played the games and you know the lore.
This is
So anyway, reaction commands. You get to this point. In the fight, and it's Sora and Riku. You're just constantly mashing triangle because you've got tons of lasers firing at you, and they're just doing some whole anime bullshit and deflecting the bullets back and whatever. So yeah, your finger hurts after about 10 hours of doing that, and then you get to the end of the story. And remember Roxas from the beginning? Hey ho! Turns out it's Sora's nobody. What's a nobody?
I know what nobody is. I know what nobody is.
Do you know how a nobody's made?
Something about a Heartless. I don't know, mate. I know what it is.
In the first game, now we're backtracking. When Sora is in Hollow Bastion is a very prominent.
Is that the bit under the cave in the first bit?
No. I know which bit you're referring to now. Basically, Sora. Well, no, backtracking even further now. Right, let me sum this up for you. His girlfriend, well, not his girlfriend, but his love interest, who isn't a love interest, but is a love interest, who is also his best friend. So, her heart resides within Sora. Sora releases her heart by turning himself into a Heartless. He turns himself into a Heartless, which creates Roxas, which is the nobody. Roxas is who players in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2.
That's why the song will take your heart. Now I understand.
He realizes his life is nothing but a lie. Wow, but his life wasn't a lie because it was his own life.
Roxas. Right. I don't know. What the fuck?
No one knows.
All it is what you need to know is Roxas reappears for a split second. And then Utada Hikaru comes out of nowhere with a banger that is Sanctuary.
What do you want about now? What?
This? Yeah.
The theme song of Kingdom Hearts 2,
Right,
Sanctuary.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Right.
The note hits, and then it fades to black.
Is that in the Sora trailer for Smash Brothers? Is that the song that plays?
I'm trying to think. No.
Is that not
no,
the
that's
series?
Dearly Beloved. Is that Dearly Beloved?
That is Dearly Beloved. That sounds more correct. Yeah. I know correct is an absolute, and you can't. But that sounds.
But no, Sanctuary banger is my favorite Kingdom Hearts opening song. Yeah, then the screen fades to black when it hits that note. Chloe knows which note I'm on about. Is she still?
I think I do, which is going to sound weird.
Yeah. And then that's it. The game's over. In all honesty, I would be happy if the franchise finished there. I'm glad I didn't, because I enjoyed the future games. But for me, it's the perfect ending. And that is Kingdom Hearts 2. If you could follow what was happening.
You don't need to play it now.
You're saving some money in time.
You don't need to play it now. So thanks for that, Bainbridge. I'll keep that in mind.
We have done 2 hours and 45 minutes.
5 minutes.
Impressive.
It's nearly there.
It is nearly
If
there.
you've still got another 35 minutes, you can take Scotty's record as long as video on YouTube.
I don't think I can.
No, I don't think you can either, because I need to go get a shower and do everything else. Bainbridge, mate.
Yes.
That was something. Jam.
Yes.
My mind's frazzled, mate. Can you just read them out again for me, just one more time? I've got it. I've got it. Do you want me to?
Yeah, it's saved in my file.
I've got it on my phone, so you don't go off the screen.
I've got it. If you want me to read, okay, you've got them.
I've got it here, mate.
Nice. Nobody sent it to you. Yeah.
I'll do it. Don't you worry, Jam. You go back to sleep, mate. Number 10, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3, the greatest game ever made. Number 9, Road Trip Adventure, the greatest game ever made. Number 8, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies, specifically, the greatest game mode ever made. Dying Light is number 7, the greatest game ever made. Number 6, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the PS4 version / the second Star Wars Battlefront 2, the greatest game ever made. Number 5, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You'll never believe this, Scotty. The greatest game ever made. Dragon Quest 11S Echoes of Lucis Age number 4, the greatest game ever made. Skyrim number 3, fantastic, the greatest game ever made. Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver, the greatest game ever made, and the greatest game ever made. Number 1, Kingdom Hearts 2. Hooray! We got there eventually, Bainbridge. Thank you so much for that. That was wonderful, mate. Scotty, Jam, I appreciate your time. I know you're very busy people. I know you've got games to be playing and
extremely
science and cancer to be curing, mate. I really appreciate your time as always. Everyone in the chat, thank you for putting up with Bainbridge, talking us through Kingdom Hearts 2 there and the 9 of the greatest games of all time. If you watch on YouTube, don't forget like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all that good stuff. If you are in the chat or on YouTube or whatever and you think, I can talk about Kingdom Hearts 2 for fucking 5 hours, I'll come on and do my top 10. Get in touch with me, one of the lads, whoever, comment here now.
I think Sean's interested in doing the top 10 as well.
We've got some locked in. Sean's going to do one. And Lewis, the beautiful bearded man, is going to come on and do one as well. So that should be... I don't know when they're going to do it. We're not going to do a show next week because I've got stuff on, do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What it is.
I put a whole holiday request in for next week. Approved, you know what I mean? No, but we'll do. I'm sure the week after. But I am moving as well, so it is what it is, mate.
I know you're moving. Do you know?
Oh fuck no, mate. But it is what it is. We'll do something soon. As always, keep it casual. Peace. Love you all. See you later.
Peace.